What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Spawn Point Podcast, episode 4.
1 month.
4?
Let's go,
dude! It feels like we just started.
I know.
And we've been doing this for a month already.
Crazy.
Dude, that is nuts. So, if you've been with us since the beginning, thank you. If this is your first episode, thank you. Stick with us. We got some sweet video game news to talk to you about. So, up front, real quick, I just wanted to go into, well, one, I feel dog shit. So if I don't sound great, that's why. But I wasn't going to not do this show today. So that's why I'm here. Just bear with the voice, the sniffles, the coughs, the sneezes you might hear. Just I'll try to do it away from the mic so you don't hear me. But anyway, number 2, I don't have a window behind me.
Yay!
And you would think, well, yeah, you know what? He's been talking about, getting a new setup, and oh yeah, maybe he finally got his setup. Is that what happened? No. So I was attempting to move my desk from where it was, just kind of to a 90-degree angle facing another wall, so at least I didn't have the window behind me. Well, in the process of that, I discovered a whole bunch of freaking black mold along my baseboard and my carpet downstairs. So we have a fully finished basement. It's very nice. But we had so apparently we had a cedar chest kind of up against the wall, and that's what I was trying to move, and that's where I was going to put my desk. And apparently obviously black mold is created by moisture and stuff, but I think I read that cedar chests
seeps
make that shit so much worse.
Yeah.
So it got so it's been a mess. So if I turn my camera right now, which I will never do, it looks like a fucking mess back behind me. So when we're done with this today, I will be getting that shit cleaned up more. My wife has been down here scrubbing, vacuuming, with the N95 mask, the goggles, she's like Walter White about to go cook. So it's been a thing. So yeah,
that'll happen in the last 24 hours. What a fucking nightmare,
dude. So I was gonna say that the last 24 hours have been pretty interesting. The last 12 hours is really kind of what it comes down to.
Fair enough.
It's a mess. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there.
Got that out of the way. Well, how was the rest of your week?
So,
I don't know what you want to talk about. You can fucking talk about whatever you want.
This has been a week. So, on Friday, I had my first ever colonoscopy, which was awesome.
Yep.
The procedure itself is nothing. Yeah, the
butt plug episode. Anyways,
my shitter needed cleaned. So anyway, yeah, I didn't even know if I was going to go into this, but we're talking about weeks, so that's my week. The procedure itself is fucking nothing. You're in and out, no problem. The prep sucks. You can't eat for like 24 hours. You got to drink this shit that just lushes you out. So yeah, that's the highlight of my week, I guess.
Here's a real question, Jason. Is it better to be pissing out of your ass or working at the post office? What is better?
Oh, dude, that's tough. That is tough. Well, so I was also going to mention, I love my Switch 2, and this was a perfect opportunity to sit in the bathroom for 6 hours out of the day and play my Switch 2. So in that case, pissing out of my ass is probably better than going to work, as long as I got something to entertain me.
Got the worst visual of my life. Just thinking of you taking a shit with your Switch in the stink, just fucking shitting your brains out, playing some games.
Just think about when you see some of the footage that might have been recorded while I was. So
God damn, this is getting fucking morbid as hell. Oh, right off the bat, we're just starting fucked up. That's great.
I'm sorry, guys, but just got to talk about the life experiences we go through.
It's life, man. So. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
My week was
so
decent.
how about yours?
It's still fucking cold in Iowa. I think this is just going to be an ongoing thing. We got lucky. All of the storms went south of us, surprisingly. Normally we get all the snow and all that bullshit, but we did not escape the fucking cold. I think our highs were in the upper to mid teens, but with wind chill, it brought it down below zero. Most of the time we had like 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Terrible as letter carriers. It fucking sucks. So it's been a rough week, but I still did get some gaming time in, so I can't really complain too much. But I didn't have any mold issues. I didn't have any shitter issues, so I guess we're good. I got a little thing going on my nose, though, which is driving me nuts.
Dude, that's a win. And I hate to sound like your typical Midwesterner, you know, when it's hot, it's like, oh, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. In the winter, it's not necessarily always the cold, it's the freaking wind.
Dude, it's both. It
bites
sucks
into your skin.
Oh god, it cuts right through you. It's miserable. Absolutely miserable.
Yep, you can layer up and it just doesn't make a difference.
Nope, not even a little bit. Fucking Iowa State.
Anyway, let's get back on topic here.
Let's get back on topic. We got to do some housekeeping. Let's just go ahead and knock this out again. You know, we got to do this, unfortunately. Got to do this. But we got to do it. Anyways, if you're watching on YouTube, consider liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. Anything you guys want to talk about, any questions you have for us, whatever it may be. We respond to every comment on the show in the following episode. We got a couple of those to talk about today. So thank you guys for submitting some comments to us. I appreciate that. If you're watching on Spotify, consider leaving us a rating. And there's a comment box on there as well. But if you give us a rating, that will boost us in the algorithms on there. That would be fantastic. If you are a audio only listeners, Apple and Amazon, please consider rating the show there as well. Would really help us out. If you want to get a hold of us in a different manner than on YouTube or Spotify, you can reach us on social media on Blue Sky, X, Facebook, TikTok. At Spawn Point Network. I think our X handle is actually Spawn Point CJ because the network was taken. So, anyways, I don't even know. Of
course it was.
Yeah, whatever.
We're on everything.
Yeah, we're on everything. You can find us somehow, some way on almost everything.
Yeah.
Along with that, we do have an email, spawnpointnetwork@outlook.com. That is spawnpointnetwork@outlook.com. You can send us emails there as well. We're looking for concerns, comments, criticisms, everything. What is it?
I was just going to reiterate that it was Spawn Point Network at Outlook.com.
You're goddamn right it was. Anyways, send us over. We need criticism, comments, concerns, everything. Just don't be afraid to let us know. We want to make the show better for all of you, so we need that feedback.
Tell me I suck. I can take it. No, I'll work on it.
Well, we take it all into consideration, but there's some things we just can't do anything about. Let's see what else.
Can't please everyone.
No, that's right. We ain't trying to do that. Anyways, Discord. No. Join the Discord, guys. We still have 9 founders titles available. Someone came in and claimed one. Shout out to Junior Van. I appreciate you, brother. Joining the Discord. He's our very first non-family member in there. So fucking hell yeah. We talked about RuneScape for
fantastic.
Like an hour. It was pretty cool. Good conversation. So
anyways, really? Go to get in there then.
Go to Discord. Link is on YouTube. So if you want to join that, go to YouTube and join our Discord. I don't know if it's on everything else. I feel like I tried to, but I don't know how links work on Apple and Amazon and stuff like that. So anyways, claim your founder's badge. You get a unique title and a nice unique color to show that you're an OG member. On top of that, we started a Twitch channel, Spawn Point Network, twitch.tv/Spawn Point Network. Right now, I'm just kind of going on there and doing some random live streams here and there when I get some time. There's no real schedule. I'm just kind of like, I think we did a news thing where I was on there. Oh, we went through all the trailers for this week because we have to cover game releases this week. So,
was that on there?
I did a Twitch stream about that. Yep.
Oh, you did for that? Okay.
Yeah, and I'll pull some clips from that live stream for this week. I just didn't want to put those clips out before we actually had a chance to talk about it on the pod.
Oh, true.
So we'll go through that. But yeah, I did everybody's golf live stream. Just dumb shit. I mean, I'm just kind of throwing stuff up at the wall over there. So if you guys want to join over there, swing on over, chat with me live. Hopefully in the future, Jason will be able to do some of those, but we're kind of waiting on some stuff for that to occur.
I got to clean up some black mold first.
Yeah, no shit. But we're
God damn.
I just want to make it very clear to you guys. I am dumping content into this show as much as I humanly possibly can, trying to get something to stick. I want to grow the community. That's my top priority. I'm very happy with the product that we're putting out on this show, and I want to get it out there. So I'm
it just needs to catch on.
Just dumping everything.
Grab somebody.
That is unrelated to housekeeping. Anyways, if you want to get a hold of us, get a hold of us. We would love to hear from you. Let's fucking move on. That was way too long. Anyways.
All right.
We have some
before we get into the game discussions, we mentioned last week you covered Big Hops and 2XKO.
Correct.
Those were 2 years last week. Yep. Yeah. So I kept moving on in a Big Hops, and not a huge surprise. I did enjoy it more than Cameron did. Not like it's like the best game I've ever played. I'm kind of surprised on the small indie team that made this pretty decent game.
Yeah.
I did a chance to finish it, but I know that I'm close, and I know that you mentioned you wanted to talk about like the ending. Like you might have a different ending depending on whether you finalize the airship or you get all these dark drips or whatever. I haven't gotten there yet, but I will. I'm so close, but a couple other things came out that I've been kind of checking out that I'm going to talk about next week.
Okay.
So,
hold on before we move on.
Yeah,
are you still going on Big Hops or no? Keep going on Big Hops.
Yeah,
don't move on until I have a follow up question on Big Hops. So go ahead.
I'll let you know when I'm moving on. So, it may be a little bit I don't want to say bloated, but like it kind of does feel like it's getting to that point where they're just like kind of adding stuff on. Like it's a pretty meaty game, more than it probably needs to be. It's just like every little area that you get to, you're like, this has got to be like the end of this biome or whatever, and then there's more, and then it's just like, I mean, some people will love that. I do think it's kind of cool that they didn't just make this short, tiny little experience and ship it out the door. There's more to this than I thought there were. There's some annoying things. You had mentioned those green balls that you have to throw and bounce. Okay, you said those were your most hated?
Big time. By a mile.
Fucking balloons. I think the balloons are worse.
Balloons ain't nothing, bro. Oh my god.
I barely use them. Maybe I'm not using them right, but like they don't stick where you want them to. You can't. What are you supposed to do? Throw them at something and then climb up onto them? Is that the point of those?
I'm trying to think here because you're right
them.
at the end of biome 2, right?
I'm in 3, aren't I? The underwater, or is that still 2?
That's 2.
Dude, how long is this? How did you finish this in 9 hours?
I already told you. I hit what you were saying where it was feeling a little bloaty, and I said, fuck it, and I booked. I told you that's what I did.
I know you did, but goddamn, I still think if, well, I mean, maybe I might only be at like 10 or so, but I can't believe I still have a whole another one left. I think that last one I'm just gonna book it through because there's too many other things to play. But anyway, just wanted to
I can't remember the balloon mechanic much. Have you done the challenge stages? Like, have you done a lot of those, like portals that Dis has around?
Honestly, I've done almost all of them.
Okay.
And I think what made me hate the balloon one is when I got to the one where the mechanic of that challenge was the balloon. I said, fuck it. I couldn't get past the first obstacle where you have to like throw the balloon things and get another one up, and then I'm guessing you jump from 1 to 1 to reach the platform, but they also pop after so long.
Mm-hmm.
So
you gotta load your backpack.
And it almost seems like I do, but once you have more than 2 of them thrown, so if you throw a third one, that first one that you threw, like it's not very long before that thing pops. It's like the game only wants you to have so many on screen. And maybe I'm just not playing it right. I don't know, but I hate those things.
I did not have a problem with the balloon, but I also didn't do any of the challenge stages. I skipped all of them. So
well, if it's not for those, I know. Outside of the challenge things, the balloons are fine. I basically just found ways to skip using them.
Same.
Some of them I had to, like you have to. It's the only way you can reach certain objects, but I barely use those things, and I hope that they don't come up much in the third biome because I hate them. But like you said, with the green things that bounce around, I did what you did. I just chucked those things all over the place and got lucky and whip my way up to the top. So
I will tell you that the fruit stays locked in the biome it's locked in, so you will not have those in the third biome.
Good.
So here's the thing I'm just going to tell you, if you're not going to go for complete 100%, we're going to get the same ending. So I'll look it up, I guess, and see if there's a different ending.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want you to suffer through it, but it's not like it's suffering. The game is fine in my opinion. As I said last week, I think it's very middle of the road, but it gets an indie game boost for me because it was made by a very small, one guy, I think, with a lot of outsourced help. So very cool.
Yeah, I think it was his idea, and then he got some help to finish it. So
yeah. Anyways, cool. What else you got to talk? I don't think I have anything else. Actually.
Oh, and then I hopped in and played a few rounds of the 2XKO.
This is gonna be fun.
That's who made excuse me, who made that again? That's
Riot Games. I don't know if it's an internal dev team at Riot. It's a Riot Games IP. It's League of Legends related. But
okay, well, we don't always agree on our games, but that one, as I was playing it, everything that you said about it was like, that's 100% how I'm feeling about that. Looks great, plays fine. It does seem kind of shallow. I get that it's free to play and you gotta unlock more stuff, and I hate the paying coins to unlock shit. So I basically just stayed with the same. You get 3 to start with.
Oh, it's 3? I thought it was 4, but okay. 3.
Oh, maybe 4. Maybe it's 4. Maybe I only played 3 out of the 4. But I mean, it's fun, and the that auto combo thing looks cool. You don't really feel like you're doing
that
anything.
Was my biggest thing. Yeah, it looks cool, but you don't feel like you're doing anything.
No, but so like when I was watching your footage when you had it, I was like, man, this looks pretty fun. Like he's, really like hitting some of these combos and stuff. Playing it, you're like, oh.
You know what makes this game? I didn't mention. Combos. You know what makes this game feel like absolute butts though? Your characters are so slow. Like there is no footsie mechanics in this game. You are so, no matter if you're a little tiny like Echo's a fast character in League of Legends.
Yeah.
He's like, if you don't have any attack and you're walking, there's no run animation. You're just, like fucking so slow. Yeah, they need to increase the player movement speed.
Crawling across the screen. That definitely stood out to me as well. So I don't really have much else to say except for I jumped in, played a few rounds. I'm not a big fighting game guy. It looks pretty. It's fun enough, but I don't see myself going back to this one.
I don't either, unfortunately. I'm a big fan of the IP. I love the IP, but
yeah,
like even like with when they release new characters, which is inevitable because they have League of Legends is at like 160 champions. League of Legends at 160 champions, and all of those could probably fit in their own way into this type of experience. But every character I played plays the exact same, so there's not even a point in going back and seeing that stuff. So yeah, kind of a bummer, but
so that had to be more of a bummer for you because I don't really know these characters that well, and I still even felt like they all played the same, but I didn't know if that was their move set in the IPs outside of this game, or if it just felt like they all kind of play the same.
Visually, they replicate the MOBA counterpart very well. It's just the mechanics of this game don't they don't capture that properly. Is basically what it comes down to. So it's I don't know. It's a weird. I'd be curious to see how
they don't gel with this type of game.
No, I think it was. I think the game was designed poorly. I think that game needs a lot of work. I think it needs a lot of adjustment to make it feasible. I don't see a big community of this game popping off. I really don't. I don't think there's enough there, personally, for me. But we'll see. Yeah, it is too bad. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't really feel bad for Riot Games. They're huge, so they can have a couple fails, but it's tough. Anyways, sweet.
I mean, it does look like they put a lot of work into it, but it's just not. There's just not enough there. I don't know. Anyway,
it's it's too noob friendly. It needs to. They needed to make it a little bit more deep. It's so shallow, I feel like. But anyways, we'll keep an eye on it. I don't think. Never mind. I don't think we will. I have no intention of going back to it. Neither does he. So we'll let 2KXO die, and you guys can let us know in the comments what you think about it.
I thought about uninstalling it, but I was like, I'll leave it just in case I want to hop back in, but I doubt it.
I have installed 2, but that's just because my buddy and I duoed in and I thought it was all right. It really wasn't, but he might want to
That idea is kind of cool. I didn't get a chance to try that out, but I like the idea of that.
Yeah. So for me, follow-ups, I did beat the Mortal Kombat 1 DLC story. Did I cover that last week or 2 weeks ago?
Last week.
Okay. The DLC story was about 2 hours long. It was centered around Cyrax and Sector, who in this game are females instead of their male. Whatever.
Males in the other ones.
That doesn't really matter. It's just it wasn't a crazy story. Havoc was the main baddie in the DLC, and it just kind of flew by. It wasn't very entertaining, unfortunately. So if you get MK1, just focus on the main story. Don't worry about the DLC. It's kind of all I wanted to say there. Game is still cool, though.
Miss Goro.
Yo, dude, Goro. He's a fucking alternate in that game. You can't even fucking play as Goro. What the fuck is that system? That is horrible.
Some of their biggest characters are like, oh, there they are. Oh, they're gone.
This is horrendous. Anyways, fucking shit.
It's so bad.
I'm gonna have to play 11 and see if I can play Jax. But anyways, whatever.
I believe you can. I enjoyed 11.
I gotta go
for what it was. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's all I got in MK1. That game is done for me. Yep. I don't think I'm gonna play much more of that, so that's kind of wrapped. And then I beat Absalom also. So that game's nice work. That game fucks. I don't know how the hell you soloed Azra, the final boss, though. That is an absolute.
I didn't want to talk about him, until I knew that you kind of got there. But that was tough.
I ended up just joining a matchmaking lobby, did it online with like a person. I had my account max. I had like the tree full, but I like Cider's play style in that game more than all the other characters. But Cider's so weak, so I wanted to have a companion just so I could get the game done. So I hopped into a multiplayer lobby and just blew through it. And in that, we literally shit stomped the entirety of the game, but it was still fun. I rolled credits. That game definitely wants you to replay it multiple times, though, and I don't think I'm gonna do that. But
I haven't. So when I finally beat who were you playing as when you beat the final boss?
Cider.
Was it Cider? Okay.
Yeah.
You said you liked her playstyle, but when I did finally beat it, you go back to your hub or whatever you call it, and I was kind of planning on trying it again, and then I think I played only like maybe 1 or 2 runs, and I'm like, I don't know if I feel like going all the way through this again.
The game is such a damn commitment. It's literally an hour for a full playthrough of that game.
It is.
So that's
if you want to get through the end, I told you it's an hour.
Game is cool though. I ended up doing like an electric. I had an electric shock wind combo build on Cider, and it was so cool. And it's like I had like electric, like multiple bounce electric attack, and then when the electric attack happened, they got wind tornadoed up in the air, so the whole screen was like fucking flying. It was wild. That game's really cool.
And then then you can juggle them.
Yep.
As they come back down, you can keep. Yeah, they die sometimes before they even hit the ground.
Yeah, but your combo keeps building and shit. That's fucking crazy game.
It keeps building up.
Game is very, very cool. So anyways, Absalom done, MK1 done. Jason's still going to finish Big Hops. Might have another touch point on that next week. If
just probably real quick. I'll get through it.
And 2KXO is dead for Spawn Point Network. So
not talking about that anymore.
I don't think so. You ready to move right along? Let's talk some games, dude.
Absolutely.
The order's a little bit weird, so it's going to be me talking first, but that's all right. I wanted to talk about High Guard. Boy, oh boy, this has been...
I am glad that you're talking about this because this is kind of like a hot topic now, and I have no intentions of playing this, so I'm like, good, he's covering that. I don't have to touch that one.
So, High Guard is almost impossible to explain unless I break down the flow of a match. So I'm going to do that basically to kind of explain how this game operates. So you start the match and you have to select a hero. So it's a hero shooter right off the bat. That's not my favorite thing, but it makes sense in this project. So you pick a character that has different abilities and whatnot. Okay, so then you launch into the map, and then once you launch into the actual game, you spawn in your base that is covered by this big dome. And then you have this base reinforcement 2-minute time period where you reinforce your base. So how the how the base is structured is you have an A bomb site, a B bomb site, and then you have a central crystal. So you want to reinforce these objectives right at the beginning of the game. So you and your two teammates just build reinforcements. At the end of that build period, the dome pulls back and you're able to then go out into the map itself, the large map. When you go out to the large map, you are essentially grabbing better loot, you're grabbing helmets, and you're grabbing just different things that you're going to use throughout the remainder of the game. So it kind of becomes an extraction shooter feeling type of experience during that little phase. And while you're looting up, a big objective spawns on the map called the Shield Breaker. And this is basically a huge sword. So while you're looting, you have this spawn breaker spawning, and it has like a 2-minute timer before it starts. So you're getting all this equipment, and then you're funneling towards the shield breaker. So both teams funnel to this objective. So once you funnel to that objective and the spawn breaker spawns, it kind of becomes a little match of King of the Hill or capture the point between the two teams where you fight over this objective. So whatever team gets the shield breaker obtains the shield breaker, and their goal is to run that sword to the enemy base, because the only way to get into the enemy base is to use that shield breaker, which then spawns a big siege tower which busts open the enemy dome. But you can be killed while holding the shield breaker, and then you drop it, and then it can switch hands, and then it can kind of go back and forth between the two teams until one team gets to the enemy base. If that little situation goes on too long, it goes into overtime, and then you have one life. So if you wipe the enemy team in overtime, then the shield breaker automatically warps to their base and starts breaking into their fortress.
Oh boy.
So that's that mechanic. Then once you break
you sound tired even talking about this. So
there's so much to this game. It's weird. Once the shield breaker deploys and the siege tower busts into the enemy base, then it becomes a match of basically search and destroy, kind of, in a way, where every enemy, so the attacking team all has a bomb. So you're trying to get into the enemy base, plant the bomb at one of the 3 locations, and then you're trying to defend that bomb site until it explodes. If you plant and explode the A bomb site or the B bomb site, that does 30 damage to the enemy team's health bar. And both teams have 100 health at the start of the game. So you can go for those objectives, or if you go for the really risky strategy and you go for the crystal that's in the center of the enemy base, that is game over if that detonates, but it has a longer detonation period.
Sure.
So how the game works is if you do the invasion thing, like you go into the enemy's base and you're unsuccessful in detonating a bomb site, the enemy team that's defending actually deals 30 damage to your team, and then the whole match resets. So then you go back to your base, you reinforce again, you go back into the open world, do the extraction shit again, then the shield breaker spawns again, and then just kind of repeats. Anyways, that is the flow of a match. It's fucking ridiculously complicated. However, I like this game.
Oh.
I actually kind of...
What just happened?
I actually kind of fucking dig this game. There's a few things I don't like. I think that clearly this game was made by... Oh, fuck me. I should have this pulled up.
You need to timestamp this. You like something. We need to clip this.
It's made by a team that was fractured off from Respawn, which they developed Titanfall, Titanfall 2, and Apex Legends. They clearly did not have the budget that they got from EA. That's pretty obvious. The game feels like a free-to-play shooter when you're playing it, so that kind of sucks. It's very reminiscent of like Combat Arms, or there was a game called... the free-to-play shooters, they all have that, like...
I know exactly what you're talking about. They have
that cheap feel to them. This game kind of has that, unfortunately, as well, which was a disappointment.
That's too bad.
But that's a funding issue, I think.
Yeah.
However, what this game does really well is I fucking hate, like, this is going to be a short coming up. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one of the week, but I hate extraction shooters and battle royales because they're so fucking boring running around and getting loot. This game solves that by having a bunch of objectives that you have to do that are always causing conflict. So there's always some shit going on at all times. So you're actually engaged. It's a lot more fast paced than a lot of games in this genre. And I initially wanted to just touch on it so we could talk about it on this show, but I played a lot of this game, actually. I don't know what the hell it was, but I really enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
And I don't know if I'm going to continue to play it. There's a lot of other games out there, but this game is just getting decimated by the general gaming community at large. And I don't know if you heard about this game and how it released.
I have, and that sucks. And when I said that I'm glad that you're covering this because I don't really plan on playing this, it has nothing to do with the quality of the game. This actually looks super fun. I used to be into this type of stuff. I don't know what happened. I don't really care that much anymore. Maybe it's the hero shooter part of it. The whole online thing. I don't know what it is. It looks awesome, and I'm glad you like it, but I just don't think it's for me.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you at all. It's not really for me either, but I still wanted to cover it. This fucking show has got me spending too much goddamn money. I got cut back on my money spending. Not that I spent money on Highguard, but some other games down the list we're going to talk about. But this game is getting killed by the community. And here's the weird thing about it. So the team behind this game wanted to shadow drop this game. That was their initial goal. However, Jeff Keighley got early access to the game and fell in love with it. So he approached them with the opportunity to show the game off at the Game Awards. Think about yourself in this position. You're an indie dev, right? You want to shadow drop a product, but you're given the opportunity from the biggest game event show of the year to showcase your product. What the fuck are you going to do? Obviously,
I honestly, I don't know. That's tough. But my whole take on this is I feel like that announcement from Jeff ended up hurting this game because
1,000%.
Okay. I'm glad So it's like they showed it and then it kind of just went silent. So it's like they took the opportunity to showcase it and then went back to their original plan and just being quiet and then it releasing. But it was too late by that point. People already knew it was out there and where is it and what's going to happen, and it's just too bad.
It's a combination of factors. Not only did it get showcased at the Game Awards, but it was showcased at the fucking end. It was the last trailer at the Game Awards, which is that is like the one more thing. That's become a meme because that's like the big spot at the Game Awards, and they showed this fucking game. And you have to understand they were going to shadow drop this, so they probably had to scramble something together for this thing. They probably didn't even know it was going to be the finale of the show. And they're on the impression this whole time they're going to shadow drop the product. So they're not even worried about marketing material. They aren't even thinking about it. They're just going to drop the thing and see what it does. Then it gets the final spot at the Game Awards. There's a lot of intrigue about it. Nobody knew what the fuck it was from the trailer, obviously. But Keighley posts on X saying, your life's about to change tomorrow when Highguard drops. So there's all this fucking fabricated, ridiculous hype around this game.
Good Lord.
And then it drops after a quiet period because, like I said, they were not going to advertise this product. So they were just following their original plan. It's not like they went radio silent. They were going to be silent all the way to release. It just happened that they got this opportunity to showcase it. So they showed it and it fucked them. So anyways.
It did.
The community sentiment is vitriolic beyond belief because they were expecting something revolutionary. This game is not necessarily revolutionary, but it's not a fucking bad game at all. I actually really enjoy what's going on. The theming here is strange. I will tell you that. I don't know what the fucking art style, like the theming is so weird. You have hero shooters, but you're getting a old-timey sword, and you're taking the sword to the base, and it's like
horse mounts.
Horses, and then you get DLC mounts that are like bears and pigs and shit. It's like, what is going on?
What's the theme here?
Yeah, the theming is crazy, but all in all, I just wanted to talk about this because block out the bullshit. If this game looks interesting to you, I do recommend trying it. And if you do try it, stick with it a little bit. Your first couple games are going to be rough because there is so much depth of gameplay here, and there's so many objectives that you have to do. So take time to learn the game. I think once you do learn the game, you'll find some enjoyment here. I just hope this game doesn't get concorded off the face of the earth. I want this game to have the time it needs. Like I said, I mean, we're going back to the original topic. If they shadow dropped the game, it would have got some buzz on release because it was a shadow drop, but it would not have been anywhere near the 100,000 players that jumped in on day one because of the trailer. So this would have given the dev team time to slowly work on it, to build the game up to a really reasonable spot, and it wouldn't have just been, shit out to the world in its first iteration without any time for the devs to do anything. So I hope they stick with it. I do want to follow this, but anyways, that's the Highguard discussion. I want to touch on one topic quickly from Sven Vinka from CD Projekt. He actually spoke out about Highguard here, and I love what he had to say. So I just want to reiterate this. I want to talk about this before we go into news. So Vinka said, "I don't like people shitting on things others have created. Putting something out into the world makes you vulnerable, and that alone deserves respect, even if you dislike the creation. It's easy to destroy things. It's a lot harder to build them. The best critics understand this. Even when they're being critical, they do their best to not be hurtful." And I agree with that 100%.
That's awesome.
It's very... Sven is a fucking stud. He always covers for everybody. And this is a great thing to think about. If you hate a game, you have to understand there's people that dedicated a lot of time to this project. They believe in this project. And if you just are vitriolic to the point of no redeemable factor, there's no reason to do that. There's no reason to be so negative on a project just because it's not what you intend it to be. So anyways, shout out to Sven. And yes, that's what I have to say.
No. That I didn't want to cut you off. I was just going to say the hate, a lot of the hate comes from people that haven't even played it. They feed off of everyone else's hate, and they're like, that game sucks. It's like, if you played it, no, I'm not even going to try it because I know that it sucks. It's like, dude.
Yeah, come on.
Have your own freaking opinion. Play it for yourself and see what it's really like.
Yeah.
So
anyways, let me know what you think about Highguard. Go into it with the right expectations.
Yeah.
I think this game definitely has a future. I don't think this game should be killed off. I don't think any game should be killed off. I want to implore you to try it if you haven't, for sure.
And it's for someone. Like, when you say, like, I don't want any game to be killed off, because someone still wants to play it. Someone enjoys it, or hopefully more than one, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always going to be a group of people that enjoy it, whether or not the mass audience says that it's terrible. You're going to have those people that are like, it's actually not terrible. I have a lot of fun playing this game. So,
and I'm on board with that. Yeah. I'm going to keep I'm going to keep playing this fucking game. I enjoy it. So I even try to get my buddies, like my shooter buddies, to jump in. They're like, "Oh, you go play that fucking shit." It's like, come on, dude. Give it a chance. Anyway,
what all is this on?
It is on
everything
except Switch. So PS5, Xbox Series XS, PC.
I never expect this to be on Switch, but
I don't think shooters do well on Switch.
I don't know. I thought about it.
If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. That's totally fine. I'm just saying, if it looks like it could be your thing, but you're discarding it because of the criticism, don't.
Right. No, I usually don't do that anyway because I don't listen to people.
Yeah, because you're not a dick. Yeah.
Before we move on to the next topic, I just have a couple questions.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's hit it.
So obviously there's a lot going on. There's a lot of steps to each match. You start with this, then you do this, then you do this. How long do these matches play out?
It's a good question. My longest match was 34 minutes.
It's about what I expected.
Quickest match about. I mean, if you immediately grab the shield breaker and you're able to get it over to the base and break in and destroy the middle thing, you're looking at like 6 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
So then that cuts out some of those. I can't think today, but too many drugs, not illegal drugs, but so all the different like scenarios, the things that play out, like if you can kind of bypass some of that if you just like go to the one thing and then get to the end and then.
Nope. So the shield breaker has a time limit on when it spawns. That's a requirement to get into the enemy base. So
right.
it does follow a sequential series of events. There's no skipping a segment to do something else. The only thing that you can really skip is when you break into the base, you can ignore A and B bomb sites and go for the center bomb site to blow up the base with one go. That's the only thing you can really skip.
Just happen quicker.
Right. If you go for that though and you win, you can win the game and match in no time. But
all right.
This game hurts my heart. Yeah. I feel like this game's going to get concorded, and I'm going to be very sad because I think this game has potential. But they're scrambling right now. I will mention, I don't want to stay on Highguard for an incredibly long period of time. 3v3 feels like an odd choice. Yeah, I'm going to come back to you.
That was my next question.
3v3 feels like an odd choice.
Yes.
I feel like this game would feel better 5v5, or even better yet, 3v3v3 would be perfect for this game.
Right.
If you had 3 bases. But the devs came out and said that they kept it to 3v3 because that is less required players to be able to start a match, was their thought process. Right. So if you have to have 10 people in a match, it's a lot harder to do that than to just grab 6 people from the pool. So I don't know how I feel about that, but honestly, the more I've played the game, the pacing is okay. 3v3, it could be better, but it's not terrible.
Do you think that if this doesn't die and it continues to grow, that could be something that they could add in, like a new mode? 3v3v3, or
I don't think 3v3v3 is possible. I think 5v5 is possible
though. Okay.
But
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I hope this game does okay. I hope it stays out there. That's cool. Pretty much it. Check it out if you haven't. Highguard, free to play, modern consoles except the Switch 2 and PC. So there you have it.
You don't play the Switch 2 for stuff like this. So
no, you don't. I don't think you play any shooters on Switch 2. Personally, it's not the system for that. But
no, it's not the system for that. Nope.
All right, let's move along. Jason, you're going to go ahead and cover the next one. We are talking. What are we talking?
Ball pits.
Yeah, baby.
So I wanted to talk about this like from the first episode. I don't really know why I didn't, but this game rules, man. So it's definitely an indie, but a great indie. It came out in October of last year, developed by Kenny Sun and published by Devolver Digital. The best way I can come up with to describe this, it's like a mashup of Breakout, Vampire Survivors, and then a little bit of like town building sim once you go back to your basically your home base. So the setup here and why you're doing what you're doing is the game is set in the ruins of Babylon, and it was destroyed by a giant meteor that left this massive monster-filled pit in the middle of the map, and you're essentially playing as treasure hunters, and you're diving in to the depths to basically rebuild, to get materials and stuff to rebuild your city. So it's super fun. So like comparing it to like Breakout, instead of breaking like bricks, you are using balls to smash waves of monsters that are coming down the screen towards your character. So it's kind of like Space Invaders or like Arachnoid in a way that they're kind of slowly coming down, and you just got to make sure that you wipe them out before they reach you, or else they cause damage to you the closer that they can get to you. And if you can end up getting swarmed, and you're just getting hit one after another, and then you're out. So yeah, so kind of like Vampire Survivors, all the enemies drop these different colored crystals. I think green's like the most common, and then blue is like a slightly higher XP gain, and then there's like these bigger blue crystals that have like a pretty substantial increase on your XP level. So yeah, super fun. You can kind of work the system here. You can, like you can do in Breakout, you find little spots off to the sides where you can bounce a ball up, and they get stuck behind the enemies and just constantly bounce back and forth, and wipe them out. So, yeah, there's. I feel like I say balls a lot in this game, but
it's a ball heavy game.
It's a ball heavy game, a lot of balls. So there's baby balls, which are just your basic white balls that I wouldn't say every character has, but most characters have. And then you have your advanced balls that you get by leveling up. There's like a fireball, there's a poison ball, there's like this spiked ball, there's all kinds of different things. And then as you continue to play and level up and get these, I don't even know what you call those things that like they kind of spin and have like multicolors. You get those, and then it hops you into this quick screen that's like an evolution type screen, and then that in there you can essentially level up your balls, or even combined two balls. So you've got like, an ice ball and this, spike ball, and then you keep those. If you're watching, I'm doing it right now on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
You keep the elements of both of those balls, but they put them together into one. And actually, what I like about that is then it opens up a new slot for the next time you level up to get a new ball to put in place of that one that you just used to combine the two together. So, and I think every ball reaches like a final like level 3, and then you're kind of maxed out then.
Not really. That's one of the things I love about this game. I don't mean to cut you off, but you can take an evolved ball and fuse it with another evolved ball, which is fucking awesome, by the way. That's like
incredible. I guess what I meant was, yeah, so you can keep doing that over and over, but even that evolved ball only reaches like level 3.
Right.
Which I just found that, I had some matches or some runs where I was up to like the final boss and still leveling up stuff. And I'm like, this is freaking cool. And then I had some where I was like, so there's 2 mini bosses per run, and then a final boss. I was reaching, before my second mini boss. Eventually you get to where the only things you get from leveling up are like your materials, your wood, your gold, your straw, your stone. So I don't know what I was doing playing it differently on those runs, but like, you can run into times where you're almost maxed out before you even get to the final boss, which is fine. I mean, these runs are what, 15 minutes?
I always played on triple speed, so they were quicker for me, but
no, that is true. Yeah, I do that once in a while, but so then real quick on after you either die or beat the final boss, you go back to your hub, and that's where the city building aspect kicks in. You use gold and resources to build homes, shops, different things. You can unlock additional heroes by building essentially their home, and then you actually use your villagers as like balls, and you shoot them all around your town, and that levels up all the buildings and stuff. And then you start with a really small plot of land, and then you use gold to upgrade and expand out, and eventually you can get a pretty big area to level up. Like I'm maxed out in my space that I have available, and I'm still like tweaking stuff and moving stuff around to try to get everything to fit, so that when I do when I harvest, is what they call it, when you shoot your characters out, they hit the things that I want them to hit. And yeah, that's the overall general discussion on Ball Pit. I know you did throw this in because of the update that just recently released.
Yep.
So
here's
and what do you get with that?
So I'll take over. Before we go into that, Ball Pit, what really this has got one of the most satisfying gameplay loops I've ever played. And here's the thing that I love about this game the most, and he mentioned it, but I want to talk about it further. in a lot of roguelikes, what Vampire Survivors did very well was the ability to combine items together to create an evolved item, and this game copies that, and that's where the Vampire Survivors element comes in. So you can take a swamp ball and put it with a earthquake ball, and it makes like a swamp earthquake that is its own individual ball. Like, it doesn't just take both elements, it actually combines. And there's so many different combinations, and that's just so much fun to explore and dive into and learn all the different combinations and stuff. And that's one of my favorite elements of Vampire Survivors that not enough roguelikes do, and this game does it. So I think that's really cool. It's visually very appealing, very satisfying, very fun game to just dive into. It's a great game to put on
super fun.
It's a great game for Switch, great game for Steam Deck to just sit back, fucking play while you're laying in bed or relaxing. Perfect game for that. Absolutely perfect for that. But the Regal update came out, gave us 2 new characters, the Falconeer and the Caruser. Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever. No new environments, no other additional levels or anything like that. So you basically just use these 2 characters for the game that you have already, pretty much beaten at the point that you have to actually pretty much beat it to get the characters unlocked. But this game has the most incredible diversity of characters I've ever seen. There's some of the thought that went into some of these characters is mind blowing. There's a character that turns this ball breaker into a turn-based game, which is fucking unbelievable.
Crazy.
Just really ingenious ideas to really mix the flow of combat up, and there's a bunch of them that you can unlock and explore throughout your playthrough of this game.
Yeah.
The Falconeer shoots balls from the side of the screen. The Caruser, the new character, just has them circle around him. I don't really like the Caruser much, but I think the Falconeer.
I don't either.
I think the Falconeer's kind of fun. But I will say this game is not done, right? They're doing more content from what I heard you say. So there's a lot more for this game.
2 more updates coming up.
Yeah, there's a lot more to explore in this game, and it's well worth the purchase. This game is $14.99, PS5, Series X, Xbox, whatever, Switch, PC,
everything.
You can get it everywhere. This is a game I highly recommend, for sure.
And I wouldn't say that it really came out of nowhere, but it did kind of release, and I just kind of slowly heard people start talking about this, and one of the other podcasts that I listened to, he was playing the demo before it released, and he's like, dude, I cannot wait for this to come out. I'm like, all right, let's give this a shot. Dude, I was hooked almost instantly. So if you're watching, I am playing the Caruser right here. So basically what you have to do with him is just get as close as you can, because the balls just keep, and I picked a terrible level here to demonstrate this, because you constantly have to move, because these freaking plants drop these like acid puddles or whatever, or drop these things on you. So but yeah, he's fine. Not the most exciting of new characters. Like Cam said, the Falconeer is pretty cool. The Falcons actually stay at the sides of the stage, and then you can point your cursor wherever you want them to shoot. So yeah, I've got like 60 hours in this game.
Yeah. So to tie into that, I beat the game once. There is a bunch of new game pluses. What new game plus are you on? 4?
I'm on New Game plus, just plus. 2
so
pluses.
double plus. I only did the one playthrough. Plus. I'm not a fucking go after the credits type of guy. Jason is, but there's a lot here. You can play this game for a long fucking time for $14. So I definitely want to mention that. Game is fucking solid, but a high recommendation from Jason and I both, which hasn't happened often on this show, but definitely check this one out. Anything else you want to cover with Ball Pit before we move on?
Real quick, when I was looking into, stuff to talk about this game, Kenny Sun, like I said, he was the developer for this. He drew inspiration from a mobile game called Punball, which I was like, oh, that's interesting. As much as I love this game, maybe I should check out Punball. Don't.
Oh, damn it. I literally grabbed my phone. Damn.
No, don't.
Okay.
There's other games. I mean, I understand that he just said that he used that as his inspiration. That's not a very good game. There are others that I have found that are like this, but if I don't play mobile games, and if I'm going to play a game like this, I just play this game.
Yep, so, perfect. I will mention as well, keep your eye on Devolver Digital. They are doing some of the best. They are the best publisher. They are my favorite publisher. They just keep publishing these like indie projects that they see potential in, and they're almost always incredible. So I am having a blast following all of Devolver published titles. So keep an eye on them. They're fucking really making waves.
I like this Cam today. He's being positive on
it's going to change.
I like that.
It's going to change. Not anytime soon, but we're going to have some news.
But it throws off our dynamic. I like everything. You hate everything.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So keep an eye on. Dude, I love it. Before the show, I was not so in depth like with the news. I'm like I'm becoming a journalist slowly, and I'm just seeing.
I was going to mention that up top that we had a pretty stacked episode because Cam thinks that we should cover every news story that has come out this week. So
yeah, I like talking about the fucking news. Okay, well they're going to be quick, but all right. Devolver. I'm just keeping my eye on them. I love what they're doing. I just wanted to mention.
They're killing it, man.
They're just
if I see that logo,
dude, same.
If I see that logo on something, I'm right away. I'm like, okay, whatever it is, I'm at least going to check it out.
It's just great.
Yeah,
it's everything I want. It's like it's little teams developing creative projects, and that's you're getting that from Devolver. Anyways, very cool. Ball Pit Fox, cool. Pick it up. Let's move on to the next game if you're ready for it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, this is the most niche game I'm ever going to talk about probably on this show, but this game is called Lane Split. Okay, so there is a mod on Assetto Corsa called Torino. Are you familiar with this at all?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that.
This is Bike Torino. So, so it is a one-person developed game where you are on a motorcycle and you are traveling down a freeway. There's a snowy mountain level and a open city environment that you can traverse through, but it's essentially you get on a bike, you go as fast as you can, you weave in and out of traffic. That is the entire
like 300 miles an hour.
That is the entire point of this game, and I fucking love it. Is there anything else to really talk about with this game? No, not really. Essentially, the goal is you want to progress as far as you can without crashing. You get points. There's a little HUD at the bottom of the screen, very minimal type of HUD. And as you pass by cars very close, you get points. The faster you go, the more points that you acquire. You're just trying to get as high of a score as you can, and then that score will unlock different bikes in the hub world that you can then use.
Interesting.
That is this entire fucking game. There is nothing else to it other than unlocking more bikes based on how far you've gone in previous runs. It is incredibly shallow, but this game fucks. I think this game looks incredible. I think this game plays incredible. I think that the footage hypes me up when I watch it. Like, I fucking love it.
You want to go back and play it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's not, there's nothing crazy going on here, but I think this game looks great from one guy.
It looks great.
Me? Yeah, and it's just one of those games you pop on, you kind of turn on your own, you pop on, you turn your own music on, and you just fucking go. And what I love about this game as well, I want to do this is going to go off topic a little from our show, but I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with my personal channel. I don't plug my personal channel because I'm waiting for Jason to put his up, and then we can plug our own. And I don't want to overtake our podcast with my personal channel. But I want to start covering general topics on my personal channel and have this going as a background video for it, just because I think this game looks really cool. I just love this game. It's actually $17.99, a little pricey. For the content that's in here, I normally wouldn't recommend it, but I fucking love this game, and I am going to be doing a dedicated solo video talking about it, even though there's almost nothing to talk about just because I love it so much. Just a fucking banger-ass little indie title that I enjoy the fuck out of, so that's it.
Sometimes it's all it takes for something like this. It just has to hook you, and I've had plenty of games like this that, people are like, I haven't even heard of that. I'm like, dude, it's because it's so small, but it is so freaking fun. Yeah. That seems like this type of game for you.
It's just crazy. I just love, I don't know. I get lost staring at this game. I don't know. It came out of nowhere. I don't even know how I heard about it. It was.
I never heard of this, and I purposely did not watch anything on this or look this up because I wanted to see this for the first time. And this, I wouldn't say it's not what I expected, but it is different than what I expect.
Yeah. It's
I mean, you hear lane split, you're like, it's got to be something driving fast and cutting through traffic, but I didn't know it was on a motorcycle. This looks crazy.
It is crazy, 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 and it's just a blast. I mean, it's just dumb fun. There's nothing crazy about it. You can you can't turn your brain off. You got to be fucking dialed to play this game. But it's a cool experience, and I again, there's not a lot I can talk about with this game because it is so straightforward. If you're not watching the video version, the graphics are not the best in the world, but they're enough to make it look visually appealing. It's not like anything crazy. There's no crazy mechanics. There's nothing. It's a hard game to talk about on a podcast, but I wanted to get some recognition for this game out there because I think if this looks cool, you should buy it. It's only on Steam though. It's like I said, one-man dev did all the work on it. There's been some bugs that released that he's slowly working through.
Yeah.
But that's expected with this type of experience. I just think it's fucking cool.
Right.
So that's all.
Well, and you talked about the graphics. I mean, I think they're about as good as they can be for this type of experience. You're going so fast, you never see one thing for more than a split second.
Yep.
So I think, this looks pretty cool. So couple questions.
Oh, you got questions about it? Let's go, man.
I do. Well, is it like an infinite runner style?
So
it just...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, like... I don't know necessarily how those infinite runners work. Is it just procedurally generated just to keep you going as far as you can go?
So,
or is it on a loop?
I don't know about the other maps in the game, but I'm sure they're all the same way. I just stick to this highway because I love this highway. But it's called the Senpai Loop, and it literally is a loop. It's a highway loop, so you'll end up passing where you come out of that on-ramp and continue to go around and around and around and around and around. So this was designed... It's not procedurally generated go forever. It was all crafted by the dev, but it does loop back around. It's just a huge loop. It probably takes 20 minutes to get all the way around it. So I'm assuming the other maps are the same way.
Yeah. So my other question was, you said this is a mod of what was it?
So Assetto Corsa has a mod called Torino.
Assetto Corsa.
Yeah. This is an independent project. Clearly based on Torino. I've tried to get Torino before. I have a wheel, but I actually don't like playing with my wheel and pedal setup. I don't know why. It just doesn't feel right to me. So I have tried to get, I have Assetto Corsa, tried to get the mod, just didn't like the way that I felt playing it. This is a solution to that. So I just brought up Torino because it's pretty common. And it's Torino is a thing you'll see on TikTok ads all the time, or TikTok videos. People will have Torino going. Yeah, they'll have Torino playing and they'll be talking about something unrelated and
talking about something totally different.
Yeah, and that's what.
So, but you don't need either. This is its own thing.
Yeah,
you don't have to have those.
Project. Yeah. Okay. This is not related to Assetto Corsa at all. I just made the comparison because that's what this is from a gameplay perspective. But
gotcha. No, I get it. That's cool.
Super fast, super cool, very shallow.
Yeah, super fast.
But I love it for that. Yeah. So. Anyways, that's it. That's Lane Split.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Thanks for letting me talk about it because that game fucks. Anyways.
Hey, anytime. Moving on. Okay, and I apologize again. My voice is shot and it's getting worse the more I talk, so I'm going to do my best here. So, what we're talking about next is a game called Neon Abyss. I have had this game for a long time, and I just decided I want to talk about it. This is a lot of fun. It is a run and gun style roguelite. It was developed by Veewo or something. It's like Veewo. I don't know. And published by Team 17, which I also, when I see the Team 17 logo, kind of like Devolver Digital, maybe not quite as high up. I usually check out what they're doing. It was released back in 2020, so it's been out for a while. But this is a game that I can go back to at any time and hop in and do a few runs. It is a roguelite that just works for me. Like, I love roguelites, but some really stick and some don't. This one just stuck. I don't know if I like the aesthetic. I like how it plays. But essentially it's kind of like a side-scrolling version of like the Binding of Isaac or like Enter the Gungeon if you're familiar with those at all. It's very similar, just more of a side-scrolling run and gun roguelike. So you there's a whole bunch of characters that you can unlock throughout the course of this game, and you are a member of what they call the Grim Squad. It's a task force formed by Hades to infiltrate the Abyss and take down the new gods. So, like, Hades is pissed that these new gods are being worshipped, and he wants you to go in and take them down. And what these gods are they're kind of like modern obsessions. You've got a god that's like the god of mobile gaming, the god of fast food, the god of bitcoins. There's all kinds of these different things, and he hates that people are obsessing over these dumb things that have basically formed this god out of people's obsessions. So he wants you to go in and basically take these things down. So like any roguelite, every time you die, you return to your hub, and your hub is like a nightclub. So every time you die, you wake up at this bar and you're like heads down on the bar, like you've been drinking all night or something. And then you kind of get up, the bartender talks to you for a second and says, like, hey, don't forget to spend your coins to upgrade your character stats or whatever before you hop back in. And then after you get up from the bar, you kind of walk to the right, and there's this big dance floor going on with all these people dancing. There's like this, it's like a rave. You got like this DJ set up front, and you can actually stop on the dance floor and hit a button. Your character just sits there and dances for a while if you want him to. And then just kind of slowly scroll over to the right. There's like these statues set up, and you can click on them, and that's what opens up your character selection screen. There's also different modifiers that you can choose for each run, so you can pick those. But yeah, and then like for the character, they're not necessarily all character upgrades. They're run upgrades that you can unlock. Hey, I'm dancing at the club right there. Yeah, and there's all your characters that you can choose from.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so and each character has their own traits. So like throughout the course of the runs, you can upgrade like your hearts, get more shields. Some characters don't use any hearts; they only use shields. So you got to make sure you're watching out for different shield upgrades and things like that. So, yeah, if you're watching right now, I'm fighting a little boss there. So,
boss of gambling.
But what's the gambling boss. So what's fun about this is like there's like almost an infinite stacking system for your character. You and it's all very random. Some people I've read that they didn't like that part of it. I thought it was kind of cool but it is very random. You're gonna have some runs that are like, I'm just getting shit for my upgrades. You unlock chests and stuff like that, and sometimes it's a really cool thing, sometimes it's kind of shit. You'll run into runs where it's just like sometimes I died on purpose because I'm like that I'm not getting anything out of this. So but yeah, you can just keep stacking things like upgrading your gun over and over and over, and you can keep the same gun. You can get all kinds of different there's like I don't even know how many guns there are in this game. It's ridiculous. But if you like a certain style of gun, you can upgrade its firepower, its bullet size. You get to the point where your bullets are like half the screen, and you just it's like a power fantasy. It's just like you want to just keep going and getting these things, and I mean you can wipe out bosses in seconds if you get a really run in and get like all the upgrades that you want to get. So, and then if you're watching, you get these eggs. So it's almost like a Tamagotchi style, like collecting these eggs, and as you progress through each one of the levels, your eggs will either hatch into something that helps you out with the run, or sometimes it'll just say hatch failed and you don't get anything out of that. But the characters that hatch out of these eggs, some will fire their own type of weapon at the enemies. Some will pick up hearts. Some will pick up coins for you. So they're just kind of these little helpers along the way. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say.
This art style is incredible. I am amazed. It is so good. I've heard about this. I never.
It is just fun.
It looks. I'm gonna have to play this honestly, just based on your footage. I've heard about this. I didn't really like research it at all or anything. I always get intimidated by. Is this a dual stick shooter?
Yeah, okay, so I was gonna mention that too. The controls are a little weird, but I did get used to them pretty quick. So you jump with the left trigger, and you fire with the right stick. You can change it, but I just kind of stuck with it because it actually does kind of work. Because your right hand, you're just kind of focusing on where you're pointing the reticle or the gun essentially where you're aiming, and then all you have to worry about with your left is jumping around. So it kind of separates your hands, and it does actually work. At first I was like, this is weird, but I really got used to it and found that it worked out pretty well. So there is no button to fire the weapon. All you have to do is just point the stick in the direction that you want to fire. So very, very twin stick shooter style. So yeah.
Well, this looks fucking sick.
It's awesome.
Are you New Game Plus right now, or is there an end? Is there not really an end? How's the progression?
I don't know if there. I would imagine there would be. I've beaten all the bosses. I'm pretty sure. That's a good question. I'm trying to think. Shit. You know what? Maybe I haven't gotten all the way.
Interesting.
And I'm trying to think now. I've played this so freaking long that you'd think I would know, but I.
So how does the run end? You just die? You go till you die? Per like every run is you go
till you die.
So you've never had a run.
You go till you die.
You haven't had a successful. You end the game alive somehow type of thing.
No, I have. You're right. There is a new game. Yes, there is a new game plus after you beat the final boss, and I am in that. I totally forgot that I got through
that's cool.
it once, and I'm just continuing to hop in. Yep, because and the reason why one, I love the gameplay style, but two, even when you beat the final boss and you basically start over, you haven't filled out all your upgrades yet. You haven't seen every weapon there is. You haven't seen every egg style. There's also an elevator. So like I said at the beginning, after you die, you wake up at the bar. If you go to the left, there's an elevator, and you can choose different floors, and it's basically just like a gallery. You can go to a floor and see all the weapons that are available, and of those ones, which one you've unlocked. So there's still a lot in there that I haven't seen yet, and I've got probably 50 hours in this. So there's just a lot to it, and it's just fun to jump back into, even though I'm on New Game Plus now. So yeah.
So if you can remember back to your successful run, how many? What was the? I'm trying to figure out how a run is structured. Is there like a sequence of bosses to get to the final boss? Beat the final boss, beat the game type of thing, or how is that work?
Yeah. So I mean, if you're watching the footage, every once in a while I cut to the map. And the map is it looks like a Metroidvania, but it does not play like a Metroidvania.
That scared me.
I know. I wanted to prep that right away after I said that because I knew you'd tune out. But you can basically warp to any one of these squares on this map. It's and so once you clear you actually don't even need to clear all the squares. You can run through. It's every stage. Every time you jump in, it's completely random. It's not like procedurally generated. It's just they mash up and mix up how everything is set up. So, yeah, look at the bullets on this.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Yeah,
these massive things. So shit, I lost my train of thought.
The sequence of a run. How many?
God damn it.
How do you get to the final boss?
So each level has a final boss.
Okay.
And then you beat that. So I just beat this. Nope, I died. That guy was tough. So you beat the boss. He spits out some stuff. You can pick it up, and then there's a portal which just basically warps you to the next level, and then you run through that level. You go through all the different things. You're basically trying to find everything that you can to upgrade your character so that you're stronger for the next boss, and it's just repeat over
gotcha
and over.
Gotcha.
But it's a fun loop. It's, it would be repetitive if it wasn't fun. It's just a fun,
looks
dumb pick up and play.
Fucking sick.
It's great.
What?
It's great.
God damn it, I had a fucking question. Oh, can you explain the little egg things again? Are those passive upgrades? Or what are those things?
Basically, yeah. Okay. So you unlock these chests. Everything is random in the chest. Sometimes they spit out.
So those are your player passives. Kind of.
Yes, those are your player passive. Kind of. But there's other ones too. So you can find these badges, I think they call them, in this, and it does other things to your character. Some of them give you a higher jump. Some of them even allow you to basically fly. You're just flying around the whole level. You don't have to jump or anything. You're literally just, I think that's a little OP, because you can just dodge a thing and totally get out of the way. But what you do run into sometimes with these bosses is if you're flying, these bosses fly around too. So on boss stages, it's almost better to be on the ground, because then you're right. Really only aiming in one direction. If you're flying around, you lose them, and it becomes a little bit more difficult. But yeah, then the eggs are, if they hatch into something, they are passive for your character as well. Like I said, they will shoot, either fire or whatever at the enemies, and yeah, just little elemental things that are added to your character. So
I'm about to buy this. God damn you!
It's pretty good.
Give me an out of 10. Give me a rating.
8.5.
8.5 out of 10. I like the 0.5. You're a real one with that 0.5.
I like 0.5s. I followed, video game reviews and everything my whole life, and sometimes they got a little weird with like I gave this an 8.25. Okay. But I also don't like the just 1 through 10. I like that middle ground. So, what were you gonna say? You put your finger up.
Yeah. So this is the first rating you've given on this show. So, here's my question to you.
Yeah.
If you have a mid game, where do you put a mid game on your 1 through 10? I put it at 5 because that's a smart thing to do.
5. That's kind of what I was thinking. Middle of the road.
Game reviewers think a mid game is a 7. It sounds bad, but it's not bad.
It sounds bad.
It's not bad. It depends on how you look at the scale. I don't think a mid should be a fucking 7. I think it should be a 5.
No,
and that is like
7 is good.
So now I was talking like Big Hops. I think that is a mid 5 out of 10 game. Not that it's bad because it's a 5. I think it's mid at a 5. If it was bad, it would be a 3 or a 2. Right. Not a 5.
No, that totally makes sense.
So I just want to clarify that because game review, like all of them, IGN gives it a 7. It's like a 5. You have to like fucking scale it. Anyways, that's you know what I mean?
Scale it into your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just
very true.
So yes, that's my rating system. It sounds like it's yours as well. So 8.5 out of 10 on Neon Abyss. I think I'm.
Do you like the whole? I mean, we can rate every game if we wanted to, but
we got to beat them.
No, that's true.
I don't know.
But games like this are tough because you can beat it, but it doesn't end. What
have we covered? Let's just do it real fucking rapid fire. High Guard.
Rapid fire reviews.
5.5 out of 10. High Guard. Boom. Ball Pit.
Okay.
Ooh, shit. Ball Pit might be tough. I think I'm at an 8.5 on Ball Pit.
I think I'm at a 9.
I figured you would be a little higher. Lane Split, I'm going to give a fucking 7 to. Neon Abyss was at an 8.5. 7's great. Yeah.
7's great. Yeah.
90% of people would give that game a fucking 4 because it's so shallow, but I love it. So y'all can suck my ass like Jason's.
This is where I don't always love reviews, because reviews are their personal opinion.
Yeah.
And what somebody might not like, somebody might really like. I understand, technical stuff. If they're like, it just doesn't run good. I mean, that should be factored in, either way. Regardless of what you feel about the game, if it doesn't run well, everyone's going to notice that. That part I see, but like just the overall, like, I just didn't enjoy it. Like, somebody might fucking love that game.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I look at them, but I don't love them.
I will read reviews and not look at the score most times.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the score. Anyways, we just went through a whole goddamn thing. Anyway, I think that's the game discussion. I think, unless there's anything else you want to cover.
No, I already have the games I want to talk about next week ready for you. I'm not going to talk about them yet, but
maybe tease them later at the end of the show. But I go week by week. Jason's fucking 3 weeks ahead of me somehow.
No,
motherfucker.
But you dive into the news. I look into the games. So.
There you go. All right.
I think it works.
I think it works too. I thought that was awesome. Good stuff. Let's take a fucking break, and then we will come back with a very in-depth news coverage segment.
You will hear everything you need to hear about this entire week that just passed in this upcoming segment. Don't you worry.
And almost the entirety of the next month. Because we're covering game releases for all of February.
We're going to go over game releases.
So stick around for that. Let's take a quick break. We will be right back, y'all. Welcome back to Spawn Point Podcast, Section 2. We're going to be talking the news. It's time for the news. It's the beginning of the month.
For the news.
It's the beginning of the month. Beginning of every month is going to be a longer episode, just so you guys know. We got to go through all the release. Well, all in air quotes, according to Game Informer. We just pulled up 2 lists, and they were completely different. But we based it off of Game Informer's. That's what we're going with this month. So we're going to dive into it right away. Yep. Going to be a little bit of a long one here. We're going into February release time season. So here we go. Are you ready for this? It's going to be a little bit of a long segment. Starting us off, Star Sand Island came out today, PS5, Series X and S. This is not on Switch 2, by the way, and PC.
This is a total Switch game.
It is not. I told my wife about this game. Okay, so we're going too far. Star Sand Island is a Stardew Valley-like third-person game. It reminded me a lot of like Palia, if you ever played Palia. Palia is like a cozy game MMO. It looked like it might be multiplayer. This is not. It is single-player, which is a benefit. I thought Palia was kind of butts, but
I tried it, man, and I just could not get into it.
The gameplay loop in that game was boring, in my opinion. It just wasn't. It was very designed around multiplayer, and if you played it solo, it just wasn't very fun, in my opinion. But that's, anyways, that's Palia.
I bounced.
Yeah, Star Sand Island looks really cool. It's a cozy game. If you're into that, it's Animal Crossing like, Stardew Valley like. You ride deer and shit, which is kind of weird, but the game looks fun if you're into that sort of stuff.
Sure.
This game screams Morgan, my wife, and I had her look it up, and she could not find it on her Switch 2. So I don't know if this is actually on Switch 2 or not yet, but it did release today. So I'll have her double check. And if it is on Switch 2, I'm sure she'll buy it, and then she can maybe give me some thoughts for next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, not a series I got into. What say you?
No, I like Dragon Quest 11, so this is a kind of a rebuilt version of Dragon Quest 7. Art style looks kind of cool, cutesy, but I don't think it's gonna be something that I dive into.
Nope. So. PS5, Series XS, Switch 2, Switch PC comes out on the 5th. Yep. I guess I didn't I did watch the trailer for PUBG Blind Spot, but this is an early access game. I'm going to try to not talk early access because I don't particularly give a shit about early access games, but I did look this up.
Nope.
This is an isometric shooter. It's like Rainbow Six Siege. It's Rainbow Six Siege, but it's PUBG. It's very strange. Comes out on the 5th on PC in early access. Interesting project. I don't think I'm
not heard of this
at all. Civ 7 comes out on Jesus Christ, Mac and iOS, never mind. February 5th. Tomb of the Bloodletter comes out on PC. This is another indie title that looked incredibly strange to me. You basically spell words to attack enemies in a dungeon, like a dungeon crawling typing game.
No thanks.
Nope, I'm with you on that. My Hero Academia, All's Justice, PlayStation 5, Series XS, PC, February 6th. I got nothing.
Nope.
Neo 3, PlayStation 5, PC comes out February 6th as well. I love the Neo franchise. I played the shit out of the first one.
I figured you did.
I played the intro of the second one, which is a better received game, but never stuck with the second one. Sag. So that's kind of why I'm kind of like on 3. I got to play the second one before I get into the third, but that's a huge release for this month. I'm sure people are stoked about that.
Oh, yeah.
PGA Tour 2K25 is on the Switch 2 on the 6th of February. After that, we have...
that's just the Switch 2 release, though. Like, that's been out?
Been out.
Yeah, see, we talked about these golf games, but I like the more arcadey golf games. This
I do
one
as
doesn't
well.
really do much for me.
The thing that's cool about the new PGA games is they'd have the course creator, and there's some goofy shit in there, but it's still a relatively realistic golfing game at the end of the day.
Yeah. Anyway.
So there's PGA Tour. Next one, Crisol Theater of Idols. Have you seen this fucking game?
I did.
I am fucking pumped for this. This shit looks amazing. I had no idea this was coming out February 10th. It's a BioShock-like. Where you play as a guy that has to stab himself with his gun, and you use your blood as bullets. It looks fucking sick.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah, I think the art style, the theming looks sick as fuck. So this is super on my radar. PS5, Series XS, PC, February 10th.
Cool.
Mutagenics launches on PC on February 10th as well. This is another one that I highlighted because Binding of Isaac devs, so 2 people made this game. What a strange project this is. I would recommend watching the trailer if you guys haven't. I'm going to pull up the Wikipedia 100%. And just give you an explanation of this game. Absolutely ridiculous. So Mutagenics is a tactical role-playing game divided into 2 stages, combat and cat breeding. Interesting. At the beginning of the game, the player is assigned a team of 4 cats, which have character classes such as Hunter, Mage, Tank, and Fighter. The cats have varying statistics as well as access to mana reserves, which influence their roles and performance. So it's a turn-based tactical cat breeding game, all the way down to the point that you can get negative traits by inbreeding your cats. It is one of the most ridiculous concepts, but
it's so bizarre.
You would not expect anything less from the Binding of Isaac creators.
Not from the Binding of Isaac guys.
I will tell you, the trailers are
weird.
Fucking whack, though. The trailers are like they're designed to be weird, but there's not really any gameplay footage out for this.
No, I watched that.
It's
just like art and weird shit going around, and
Yeah, anyways, Mutagenics comes out February 10th on PC. Did Binding of Isaac make its way to Switch?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
and I think it actually, Binding of Isaac got a Switch 2 upgrade, so it just looks a little better, runs a little better.
So this, another thing interesting about Mutagenics is this has been a project in development forever. Like, this was a Flash game at one point, and it's been reworked to this new release on the 10th of February. So, one to look out for, relatively cool. Next up, Relooted. This is an Xbox exclusive, and it comes out on PC on February 10th. This game looks lame as fuck to me. It's a side-scrolling heist game. It looks like, I thought it may be a co-op heist game, but it looks like it's only single player. Just did not look entertaining to me whatsoever.
Nope.
Next, Romeo is a Dead Man, PS5, Xbox Series X, PC. This is a Suda51 game. If you are into Suda51, if you don't know what Suda51 or his game style is, they are fucking wild. Lollipop Chainsaw, Killer 7, just bizarre titles that he comes out with. This is another one of those. Not much really else to say about that.
No.
Next up, BlazBlue Entropy Effect X, PlayStation 5, Series X and S, and PC on February 12th. This game looks fucking amazing.
Looks awesome. Okay, so real quick on this one, I did download the demo to this. I only played maybe 40 minutes. Very, very stylized. The huge roster of characters. There's 15. I counted 15 total as I was scrolling through. There's only 3 unlocked in the demo. In that 40 minutes though, I kind of got this feeling that maybe a little bit more style over substance.
Ooh, okay.
Is kind of the just my first impressions of it. Maybe I need to play it more, but very, very cool art style, but I just hope there's more to it. It's almost like it's like a run. It's kind of like a side-scrolling semi beat 'em up, but you go to like you run to the next area, and then it's kind of like this mini like I wouldn't even call it boss rush, but like you got to defeat all the enemies in that area, and then you move on to the next one. Defeat the enemies in that area, move on to the next one.
It's got the Maple Story gameplay loop.
Yeah. So and maybe it opens up. I don't want to like just shit on it, right now. I like I said, I'm only 40 minutes in, so we'll definitely cover this one, I think.
I think so too. This is a game I'm watching very closely. Entropy Effect is out. I don't know if it's early access on Steam or what exactly. I don't know what this is, if it's the 1.0 release and they're just calling it X or what. But this game looks cool, and it's a game I'm gonna want to try. So we'll follow up on BlazBlue Entropy Effect.
Yeah, but the BlazBlue, the series it's a fighting game, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And from the gameplay footage. Yeah, the gameplay footage I watched looked really combo intensive, so this might not be for me, honestly, but I still want to try it, just based on the stylization. It is hyper stylized, and it looks cool, but if the gameplay sucks, I'm going to have to shit on it as well, but I guess we'll wait to see on that.
All right.
Killer Inn is a social deduction multiplayer game I have absolutely zero interest in.
Nope.
Yeah. That's pretty much that.
I don't want those social deduction games.
Yeah, I don't have fucking friends, so this is not for me. Mario Tennis Fever, big release for the Switch 2, comes out on the 12th. I loved what was the last one? Smash Tennis?
Aces. Mario
Aces.
Tennis Aces.
Yeah, I've played every Mario Tennis, actually. Yeah. I think they're fun games.
Aces was fun. It just didn't feel like there was enough to it. Fever looks like they're ramping it up, like
massive roster,
much roster. The whole Fever racket thing looks kind of cool. So I'm keeping my eye on this one for sure.
Yep. So yeah, big release for Switch 2 there on the 12th of February. Ride 6 comes out February 12th. Motorcycle racing game. I don't like the Ride series, actually. I think they play like crap, but number 6, they're making them.
Yep.
I refuse to talk about
somebody likes them.
Yeah, somebody does. They're buying them. I refuse to talk about Tomb Raider coming out on the iOS and Android. Fuck that shit. I just talked about it, so I just broke my own rule.
God damn it, dude.
Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. This is the third. This is like the prequel Yakuza games. Not a series I've gotten into. I played a little bit of Zero, but
me neither.
It's a big fucking task to jump into that franchise, I feel like. But this is coming out PS5, Series XS, Switch 2, PS4, PC on the 12th.
Cool.
Clue Murder Mystery is an indie-developed Clue game coming out on the 13th. Looks terrible art style, in my opinion. But PS5, Series XX, Switch to PC on the 13th. High on Life 2 comes out in February. Yeah. PS5, Xbox Series XS, PC. That's going to be a little bit of a hit, I believe. The first one did well.
I'm going to check that one out.
Absolutely. I still have not done that yet. The first one. I don't think I'm going to be jumping right into the second, but Jason will.
Check the first one out. Yep.
Reanimal, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, PC. This is a fractured dev team from the dev team that created Little Nightmares.
Little Nightmares.
It looks cool. I'm not a fan of those games, though.
No, not I and this one, I don't know. I felt like there was some hype around this one, and I didn't really know what it was.
Yeah.
And then I checked it out, and I'm like,
Yep.
I don't.
I feel like I've heard a lot about it too, but I couldn't really
Yeah.
care less. So that's
No,
just my opinion
no,
on Date.
not for me.
Nope.
Yep.
Moving on from there, Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. I did look at this trailer live on Twitch, and I fucking forgot all about it, and I didn't take a note. So it's a game that is coming out on the 13th of February.
It's another Rune Factory. So.
Oh, it's a series? I don't know what Rune Factory is. What's Rune Factory?
Oh, it's a big series. It is a, it's a
JRPG.
No, it's kind of like it's got town sim aspects with farming and stuff, but then you go out and fight enemies and explore or whatever, and then you end up coming back and building up your town and then going back out and doing. They're all different. I mean, they all have a similar premise, but the art style is always different in each one of them. I checked out the one that just last year on Switch. Very very stylized, almost like a Japanese like village type. There's like third person combat in this one with like bow and arrow type combat, sword combat, and then you go back to your village and plant and do all that stuff. It's kind of weird though, because you're like your character like stays in like their fighting stance and then like throws like seeds down and then is like and then it's like they didn't separate the, the two gameplay styles. I don't know. It was fine, but it was weird.
I think the game you played is Guardians of Azuma.
Maybe it is.
This is PS5 Series X release on the 13th. So I think you might have played this one.
Yeah. This is the one that's on. Oh, you're right. This is the one that was on Twitch already.
So there you go. Jason's played it, and he said it's weird. There you go. Astro Botanica early. Nope. Never mind. Fuck your early access game. Aerial Knights Drop Shot. PS5, Xbox Series XX, PS4, Xbox One, PC, February 17th. Strange game. Dude, I think my notes are fucked because I definitely remember watching this one too. You basically fall from a high place, and it's like a light gun shooter without the light gun. So it's like a time crisis falling down shooting things game. Very strange. Not
so like kind of on rails type of thing.
Yep, you're stuck in a
like that's how those
you're stuck in a
corridor
that's just endlessly falling and enemies keep popping out. So it's weird. Somebody is gonna love it. I don't know who. Sorry. Sure. If you do love it, I'm not talking shit. It just ain't for me.
Nope.
Anyway, we get Avowed on PS5 on the 17th of February. Jason's talked about that. He thinks that game is cool, so check that out.
It's pretty cool.
Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, PS5 Series XS, Switch 2, PC, February 18th. Nothing from Jason. We're moving right along. Trek. Neither. Death Howl, PS5, Xbox Series X and X, and Switch. X and S is hard to say. And Switch on February 19th. Death Howl is a turn-based tactics card battler.
Yep.
Cool.
I was just going to click on it, and I'm like, nah.
Demon Tides PC, February 19th. This is a platforming game, I think, from what I watched. I just played Big Hops. I ain't touching this. But comes out on February 19th on PC. Love Eternal, PS5. I did cover this. Love Eternal is a PS5, Xbox Series X, and I'm going to call it Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC, February 19th. Love Eternal is a Super Meat Boy-like platformer with a heavy focus on narrative, it looks like, from the trailer.
I missed this one when I was checking out the trailers.
It looks interesting. I don't think I'm covering it, but that's what it is.
I'll look into it.
February 19th, Styx Blades of Greed. I believe this is the third entry. PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on the 19th.
So, if you're not familiar with Styx, it's almost like a goblin Splinter Cell. You're sneaking into bases and taking enemies down quietly. I mean, they're fine. I played. I don't remember if it was the first one or the second one, or maybe even both. I mean, the art style was. I mean, graphics were really good. Art style was cool. But yeah, if you like sneaking around and stabbing people in the back as a goblin. This might be for you.
There you go. Sticks. February 19th on that one. East X Proud Nordics. February 20th. PS5, Switch 2, PC. No Xbox.
Got it.
Get fucked. There's
Another
so many.
East game.
Yeah, so many East games.
There's a ton.
Skip. Reigns the Witcher.
You can probably skip the next one.
Yep, we'll skip the next one. Rainbow Six Mobile. Fuck you. Reigns the Witcher. PC, iOS, Android. This game looks fucking cool, actually.
It does.
I
you're gonna say that.
February 25th. I ended up buying the original Reigns because I watched the trailer for Reigns the Witcher and thought it looked fucking cool. So I played the original Reigns. I didn't even know what it was. That game's fucking fun, dude.
It's just fun. I liked it.
It's just a narrative game where cards pop up. You have to choose one way or the other. Yep. You're basically a king, and you go through a timeline to see how long you can last before dying or whatever, before the people revolt against you. This is just going to be Witcher themed. So I think this game looks sick. I played cool. Reigns. I think Reigns is very cool. I'm not a big Witcher guy. Jason's a big Witcher guy. Maybe that's for him.
Yeah.
No Sleep for Kamidate from AI, The Insomnia Files, PS5, PS4, February 26th. I watched this trailer. I fucking forgot all about it again.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So did I.
Tokyo Extreme Racer comes out PS5 February 26th. I will be playing this, so I will cover this. It's on PC.
I kind of wish that was on more than just PS5.
It's on PC, buddy. So when you buy that PC, so you can stream on twitch.tv/SpawnPoint Network, you can play Tokyo Extreme on your PC.
All right. Look forward to that.
Anyway,
in about a year.
Arcade Racer, old school franchise. So I'm very excited to dive into that. I've been waiting for it to come on PS5. I'm happy that it is. Next up, that's February 26th. Towerborn, PS5, Xbox Series, and PC, February 26th. This is a beat 'em up. I could not be more bored by the art style, though. Have you seen this?
Okay, I have. I played this. This was on early access. On the exit, I played it for a good few hours. It's pretty fun. Yes, art. Oh, which I'm surprised that you're dogging on it already because it reminded me a lot of Absalom. This
art style's got to be so boring. It's the most boring game I've ever seen a trailer for.
It doesn't look great, but it's fun to play. So,
all right. Well, fuck me. I'm wrong.
Shit aside and try it out.
Fuck me. I'm wrong. February 26th.
It was early access, and I don't know how deep it is or anything. I just had fun with the few hours that I played with it. So,
did you play this early access on Xbox?
Yeah, it was on early access on Xbox. I think it was part of their what does Microsoft call their fucking?
I can't remember. I fucking had it on my Xbox One, and I can't remember what they call it.
Yeah, so it was one of those.
I think it's
game preview.
Yeah, it is game preview.
I think you're right. I think it was on there. So I checked it out.
Pull from my brain there.
Oh, that was a good one.
Laysara Summit Kingdom. This is a town city builder that you build a city on the side of a mountain. PlayStation 5, Series XS. Did it again. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, February 27th. These games don't play well on console ever, so probably just play this on PC. If you want to. I like city builders. I hate...
Or not at all.
You don't like city builders? Come on, man. No. Oh, I love city builders. Got to be on PC, though. They run like crap with the little dial cursor on console. They're just terrible.
Yeah, it's a mouse game. That's how you have to play those.
So anyway, check... Well, maybe not. Maybe we're not going to check it out. Who cares? Resident Evil 7 comes out on Switch 2, February 27th.
So you can kind of group these next three
together
into, well, let's see. Yeah. But the odd thing about this, you got Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Switch 2, February 27th. Resident Evil Requiem, which is the new one, which is PS5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, PC. So that one's going to stand out for the people that haven't played the other ones as a new game. And then you got Resident Evil Village, which is the Switch 2 version. So they are releasing Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Resident Evil Requiem, and Resident Evil Village on the Switch 2 on the same day.
Interesting.
I don't think that's a smart move.
Nope. I don't either.
Because they're all, I mean, I don't let's see. Did I play? I don't know if I played 7. I mean, Resident Evil games are popular enough. And the people that love them are gonna want to play all these. But like, dude, you're gonna throw all 3 of these at Switch 2 players on the same day. They're gonna be like, "Fuck, man, I don't know if they're gonna have a like a bundle pack. I think they're just gonna be released individually." So I don't know. Kind of a weird choice.
If you're an RE fan, you've already played 7. Let's just be honest. That game is 2-3 years old. Maybe even longer at this point.
And probably Village as well.
Village is at least 2 years old.
Yeah, but if you're a fan, you've already played it. So
right. So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to sucker. They're suckering non-gamers into buying the wrong fucking game or something. I don't know what's going on there.
It's just the Switch 2 release window here that it's a little odd to me, because maybe Switch 2 players haven't played a Resident Evil and they're like, dude, I got 3 of them on the same day. What do I pick?
Big ass games too. Those are not like breeze throughs.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's not like they're short experiences. Mm-hmm. They're big games. So
anyways. The old releases are the old releases. If you're watching a gaming podcast this far in, you already know what they are. But Requiem's the new release. That game looks interesting. I'm not a big horror guy, though, so I don't know if I'm going to be diving
I'm not really
into
either.
But
this shit just doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't scare me. Yeah. I remember Silent Hill 2 kind of freaking the shit out of me, but I was a lot younger, too. So I don't know. Stuff doesn't do anything for me.
February 27th, you can get those games. And then lastly, Tales of Berseria Remastered, PS5, Xbox Series, Switch, PC, February 27th. Anything on that?
Yep. I've played a couple of the Tales games. They're fine. They're kind of fun. It's JRPG-ish, but when you go into battles, it's almost like a beat 'em up. It's all like side-scrolling beat 'em up style.
Okay.
So it works. It sounds weirder than it is. But yeah, another, and this is a remaster of an older one, I believe.
The first. So, I don't know anything about the Tales series. I'm muting my phone. It's fucking going off like what the fuck is going on here?
I mute mine before I even start this.
Yeah, I'm not a professional like you are. Anyway, Tales of Berseria. I don't know anything about that. February 27th. I'm sure there's more. We pulled up fucking Games Radar instead of Game Informer. They had a shitload on there that I didn't have. Whatever, it doesn't matter. That's the general synopsis.
Doesn't matter.
It at least hit the big ones. So there you go.
Yeah, that's most of them. Yep.
Yeah. So for me, like I said, for me this month, Cresol. That's about it, and that's it.
Okay.
Cool. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Jason, what do you got for us after that? This is a you news topic.
Yeah, so I just popped this in there. We'd been talking about Absalom. So this is just an article titled "One of last year's best games gets a new update as it hits a big player milestone." So so last year Absalom was released, a side-scrolling fantasy beat 'em up. In just over 2 months since its release, Absalom has reached a milestone ahead of the game's next major update. So on the Absalom Steam page, they announced that 500 players have taken part in the game so far, which is pretty good for this style of game. So to celebrate the news, Dotemu revealed that the 1.1 Threads of Fate update is slated for release on February 12th. The studio also confirmed that cross-play functionality is coming to the game as well. So that will be cool. Yeah. So what do you get? I don't even know what the update includes.
Mystic Ordeals, some of the challenges. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yep. Some of the features include Mystic Ordeals challenges, which will let players who have beaten the game tackle pre-made challenges. Ew, I'm going to check that out.
Yep.
Or the chance to create their own customized challenges. Okay. Upgraded mounts are also charging into the game with new and improved abilities. As for the main characters, they will be giving new skins and emotes. Okay. Cool, but not necessary. Another big addition coming to the game are corrupted regions that can be explored. More powerful enemies also await in the new territory as they drop better rewards once they're defeated. Cool.
Very cool.
That's all I got on that.
Absalom absolutely fucks. So I would recommend giving that game a shot.
It fucks.
I would have loved to have seen a new character, maybe in the future though.
Nah, it would be cool.
maybe not though. That character selection screen is full with those 4 characters.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. I didn't know this was coming out. Okay. Somehow you found a news thing I didn't find, and I'm constantly checking the news. So that's cool. Very excited for that. I will check this out. Fuck yeah.
Can't believe that. You put everything else in here. So.
And that's not true. There's something in here for me. Moving on from there, Absalom, yeah, that game shits. We talked about it this episode as well. I just beat it. Game's awesome.
We sure did. Yep.
Next news topic. GTA 6 may not have a physical version on day one to avoid leaks, the report claims. Now, I just put this in here for the simple fact that this could be the beginning of the end for physical gaming.
Yep.
It makes...
It's been coming.
It's been coming. It's sad. There's something special.
I'm part of the problem though.
No, I am too. I am
so
too.
Easy to just download this shit and then you don't have to pop a disc in or a card in or whatever. It's a convenience thing, but it does hurt the physical, production.
Agreed. Well, here's I was anti-digital download when I had my 360. I bought everything physical. Yeah. I refused to buy a fucking digital game. And then, as time passed, I had my PS5. I have 3 physical games. So it's just the way of the world. Thing that stinks is that they have distribution costs for these physical releases, but they have not changed the digital release price. That's been a fucking conversation point for the rest of...
That is weird.
Yeah, that is very strange. Anyways... They are saying they don't want to do it to avoid leaks. That makes somewhat sort of sense. But ultimately, my key takeaway, I didn't even read this article, but my key takeaway is that if anything GTA 6 does is going to ripple through the industry. So it's very possible that this is going to continue, and that's just how it is. I don't know. It's not...
Yes, it is.
It's a different time than it was back then. I love the benefit of putting a disc in my PS3 and playing it, not having to put a disc in. That's the worst part about discs now, is you have to put the disc in, then it has to install onto your system, so then the disc doesn't even fucking do anything. So,
but you have to have it in there to play the game because it must read something off it.
It's got to get the code off of it or something. Yep.
Got the code off it to get into the game. It's stupid.
Dumb. Very dumb. So there are literally a novelty purchase now to get a physical copy of a game, and it just makes it a worse experience. So it's fucked up. This leads into a bunch of problems. We're not going to do that. We got enough news to cover, but it hurts overall game preservation, and I'm kind of the gaming preservationist on this show. So anyways, that just stinks. Bad news. We're moving on. Moving on from there, this is going to be Cam heavy, I think, because I put this stuff
I told you guys at the beginning. He put a lot of news in here. I'm going to put my 2 cents in, but a lot of this stuff is stuff he found, so I'm just along for the ride.
I'm going to rip through these. There's not much, maybe we'll have some conversation on it, but I don't know. The Game Developer Conference just took place, and there's been a lot of interesting and very upsetting news coming out of some of the reports from that conference. They polled the attendees, and there's just been some really rough shit going on. First and foremost, I want to talk about the fact that no game dev wants to make a game for the Xbox, which is unfortunate. Xbox just keeps taking fucking L's. The survey, which questioned more than 2,300 game industry professionals around the world, asked its respondents to list which platform interests them most as a developer. 80% of respondents said they were interested in developing for PC. Makes sense. They code on PC, so it's so much easier to just put the game they worked on a PC onto a PC. That makes perfect sense.
Yep.
However, whereas 40% said they are interested in PS5 games and 39% said they were good on the Switch 2, only 20% chose Xbox Series as an option.
Damn.
This makes it closer to Android, which is at 16%, iOS 16%, and the original Switch at 13%, which is, there you go. So, yeah, nobody likes the Xbox. I don't know what the deal is with that, but you can see here from this graph, big drop from the Switch 2. Hey, nice to see Steam Deck up there at 40% as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I thought that was interesting. I don't know what the cause of that is, other than Xbox. I'm not even going to go there. I am not a console fanboy. I love Xbox. They just are in some shit right now, and
they're in some shit.
The direction of that development is interesting. Go ahead.
I'm kind of surprised on the mobile percentages. I can't stand mobile games.
I can't either. But
it's a cash grab. That's the problem.
100%.
I look at every freaking mobile game as just like, it's free to play, free to start, and
bad for the industry.
I just don't like mobile games.
Watch Jason's short for that if you want to hear more about that. But I
kind of shit on it.
Media platforms for Netflix and TikTok got 4%. Is there even gaming on TikTok? Anyway,
assuming some sort of mobile plan, yeah.
Okay.
Anyways. Although my family and I have been jumping into the Netflix games.
Oh yeah.
So
how's it work?
Not to go off on a
go.
Not to go off on a tangent here. So we my whole family, we all like to sing. We all like to do karaoke. So my wife got this awesome karaoke machine with these wireless mics. It sounds amazing. I have a karaoke app that I use that I run through my home theater system upstairs, so we can play the songs and the lyrics up on my big T, and then we sing through this speaker. So we've been doing that. That's kind of like a Saturday thing for the last many months, probably close to a year or more. I don't even know. But some Saturdays we're like, I don't really feel like singing. I couldn't sing right now. I feel like shit. But so we've been jumping into these Netflix games. So basically how it works is you just, there's a games tab on Netflix. You scroll over to it. And then you play the games using your phone though. So, and they're all basic enough that it's not like I think the most complex one on there is Lego Party. And it's just because you have to use your phone to move the characters around in the mini games. But we do like Pictionary. We do
it's like a Jackbox party.
Like a murder. Kind of, yeah. There's like a murder mystery type thing on there. It's just fun. There's nothing deep to them whatsoever, but it's a fun. We play Pictionary and have quite a lot of laughs trying to figure out what somebody's trying to draw. So, and then you draw it on your phone, and it immediately displays on the TV. So, fun little dumb things to jump into.
No, that's
good
fucking
for families.
Very, very cool. Jason's family has some fucking pipes, dude. At that Christmas party where I was intoxicated as shit, that him and his wife were killing karaoke.
It's our thing.
Love it. What else is on here that's interesting? Anything at all? Not necessarily interesting. That covers that whole topic. There was something else I was going to say, and I fucking, who cares? Oh, the Playdate. Have you heard about the Playdate console?
No, what is that?
I don't know enough either to talk about it. I was hoping you had something, but it's basically a little kid. It's like a Christ. It's a media device for kids that's got like very child friendly games, but it's like it almost outsold the Xbox last quarter or something. It was this news article that I read. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. Everybody's buying them, but nobody wants to develop for it. 6%. I just thought that was interesting. Anyway, maybe we'll talk about that in a future episode.
I'll look into that a little bit.
Okay, next topic comes from GDC as well. More than a quarter of devs surveyed were laid off in the past 2 years, and half of them don't have a new job. So that's welcome to the gaming industry.
Welcome to the gaming industry now.
It has been on fucking fire for like 2 years, and unfortunately, 2 years. Unfortunately, it's not getting any better. According to the survey, 17
fire is spreading.
Yeah, out of 2,300 respondents, 17% said they were laid off in the past 12 months, while another 11% said they were laid off in the 12 months before that, making for a total of 28% of the 2,300 industry professionals have been laid off. When limited to just U.S. respondents, that percentage increases to 33%. Atrocious.
Ouch.
Of those who had been laid off, 48% of them said they hadn't found a new job yet. This wasn't exclusive to those recently let go either. Of those that were laid off 1 to 2 years ago, 36% said they were still looking for a new job as well. So, that's fucking gross.
Do you have any idea how much devs make? I'm sure it's arranged, but are you into that at all? Like,
I don't have enough information to talk about it. I know it's not great.
I didn't think it was great.
Millionaires, I can tell you that.
No, for sure not. I just wonder. You see these. We got these stories like every week, about more layoffs, more this and that. And then you see these indie devs kind of booming. Yeah. Like, can't they scoop up some of these people, or they can't? Maybe they can't pay them enough.
The cycle is you get laid off and you start your own studio because these indie projects are not well funded. They can't just take on all these people getting laid off.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wondered if you knew how much these people make. Maybe that's an issue. They can't reach out to these people that are laid off because they can't offer them what the company that they just got laid off did.
Well, if you're making an indie game, you don't have big budget funding. You're not pushing a game through EA. You're not pushing a game through. There's companies like Devolver that will do things like that for you, or there's companies like Microsoft that'll offer you Game Pass subscription to launch your game, and then you get a bulk sum that doesn't equate to anything that what you would have made if you just released it. But the whole industry is absolutely fucked. So anyways, reasons for layoffs, they had to choose up to 3. The first one was company restructuring. We're going to cover that in just a second. Budget cuts, 38%. Market conditions, 38%. Cancellation of projects, 32%. It's just. Anyways, that's terrible. There aren't many jobs. One game design student in California responded to the survey. Everyone's getting fired. It's fucked. Pretty much summed up exactly what I said.
Exactly.
So this is bad for the Western game devs. So it's not Western, excuse me. Western is Japan. This is bad for us in the U.S.
This is bad for us. Yeah.
Very bad.
Wait, Western is Japan?
Never Eastern. No, we were West. Eastern. Sorry. Eastern's Japan. I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah. You are dumb.
Bad for the Western gaming environment climate, and unfortunately, it's bad. So let's continue with this.
Yeah,
82% of U.S.-based game devs support unionization. So I want to talk about this because there's a lot of people out in the world that don't understand what a union does. And I say this because I didn't either until I started working for a company that we are represented by a union. Right. So I have some knowledge, and I just wanted to share basic union knowledge to people that aren't in a trade or know even what unions are. There's a lot of misconceptions. If you are like a corporate bigwig, you hate unionization. And so if you don't know what a union is, most people kind of fall on the wayside of, they just don't really understand. I just explained. I just double explained the same fucking thing. Okay, so what a union does is it represents employees. Okay, that's the whole purpose. It is a gathering of employees to give themselves rights so they are protected against these mega corporations so they don't constantly get fucked over and over and over again.
Yeah.
This just says 82% of game devs or developers support unionization. That is the most not surprising statistic I've ever read in my entire life. U.S. game devs consistently, as we just talked about, are getting laid off, fired, whatever the hell it may be, because of suits just basically cutting them in half and killing them. So this is the most obvious fucking piece of news of all time, and unionization should be happening in these companies. However, you have fucking Ubisoft. So their France development team, I think it was France, right?
I thought we were going to get through an episode without.
I thought we were too, but we can't fucking do it. They were unionizing at the French French. Dude, that's a shitty ass salad dressing. Anyway, the fucking where is it is French, right? Or was it the Czech team?
Yes, no, it is. It was just that you combined it France and French.
Yeah. Anyways,
made French.
They were unionizing in France, and the whole fucking team got dissolved because they were unionizing. So this is something you should fucking. This is anti-corporation protection for the actual people doing the work for the products and things that we love. So you should absolutely support this. It is absolutely disgusting that Ubisoft is union busting, but it makes sense. They're a massive corporation. They don't want their workers to have rights. Every worker should have fucking rights, and they shouldn't be worried about joining a project that then gets canceled by someone in a suit and then they lose their job. So I'm all for this. I just thought I would mention it to give you guys basic union discussion because it's important.
And, well, and you've been kind of jumping into artwork union a lot more. Kind of.
I'm an elected union official. So it's pretty cool.
There you go.
So I'm taking care of my fellow co-workers. It's
we like that.
Doesn't surprise me. I just wanted you guys to know how unions work. So that way, if you don't understand, or if you have a parent that works as a bigwig in a company and they talk about union busting, they're a fucking asshole.
They're a piece of shit.
Damn, that was bad. Anyways, love all of you. You should be protected. Moving forward.
I love the title of this next part.
I do too. Why don't you cover this?
Game companies' stocks have tanked because investors are dumb.
Yeah, that's exactly what I put in the doc.
Just that's exactly it, and I love it. So,
you know about this to cover it, or you want me to cover it?
No, I don't. That's
okay.
why I just wanted to call out that title.
Yeah, so we have a doc that we update throughout the week. That's how we develop the show. That's what I put in as the title for this. So basically,
every 5 minutes, Cam's putting something new in there.
Not always. That's
I can't keep up.
That's not true. Anyways, Google revealed its project Genie AI generation tool that allows people to make interactive environments using AI.
This is what you're talking about before,
and this has led to massive stock drops in companies like Take-Two, GTA, and Roblox, or what they're specifically targeting here. So, investors are assuming that Project Genie is the new way to develop games, but this is not the fucking case. It's just like if you you cannot make a full movie with AI. Well, you probably could actually, so I should probably shut my mouth.
Movie, not a game.
You cannot. This Project Genie interactive objects thing is like a fucking teeny little sliver. You know, it doesn't even equate to like a demo that would be shown at a game conference or whatever. It's just a small little fucking thing. It's not making a whole game by itself. But investors are like, fuck this. Everything's gonna be free. I'm out of here. And that's not what's happening here.
That's not what, no.
Yeah, so it's just ridiculous. I just want to talk about it because people are dumb. So maybe, if you want to get in on some of these stocks, might be the time to do it because they're dying. Well, don't do that. Don't take financial advice from me. I don't invest in stocks. But I'm just saying that they dropped down because people don't know what's happening. So, interesting note. So, there you go.
Okay, there you go.
What else is there to say about that? Next up,
that's about it. I mean, the general takeaway from that is investors are dumb.
Yep.
Not much more you need to know about that.
Here's a fun one. Meta retains optimism in VR after Reality Labs loses $83.6 billion in 6 years.
Oh my God.
So what is this? This is MetaQuest. This is their VR division. They have lost $83.6 billion in 6 years, but Mark Zuckerberg claims that the losses have peaked and it's only up from here. What say you about that, Jason?
I just love that that the opening to that is they remain positive after losing $83.6 million. Or $1 billion. Jesus Christ, sorry. But how much is Zuck worth now? I mean, it's
I wish ridiculous. I could be optimistic after taking an $83.9 billion loss.
I think that's kind of what I was. Yeah, that's the direction I was leaning here because it's like that would kill so many other companies, but with a company Meta, Facebook, they can take that loss and remain optimistic, which is crazy to even say, but
they can take that loss and lay off all their devs.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
God damn,
fuck other people, but Mark's fine. Anyway, let's talk about VR for a second. You said, what VR system do you have?
The Meta Quest 2?
I have a 2 as well.
Or the 1. I don't know.
I have a Meta Quest.
Yeah, I think it's 2.
I have a Meta Quest
2. It is 2. Yeah, it's 2.
I haven't tried the 3. I don't use it enough to warrant buying a 3.
I was going to reach for it, but I can't.
Yeah, God, it's so weird. I'm interested in VR tech, but it's such a like I bought a Quest 2, used it heavily for maybe 2 weeks, and then
That's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was like the new cool fun thing. I never VR's got to do something different for me to even make me classify it as a form of gaming. I mean,
Agreed.
it is, but it's so I feel like it's shallow. Now, on the other point, so my brother is a big I wouldn't say he's a big gamer, he's a big racing gamer. He
Oh,
actually does sim racing. He's
nice.
like on a team. So yeah,
Oh
they
shit,
play
we gotta
Gran
talk to
Turismo
him, man.
7. Oh, I know. I've already mentioned it to him that he needs to get on here. But yeah, so he's on like a team. He's got a whole seat wheel system, big curved screen in front of him, but he recently bought the PlayStation VR 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it
Yep.
PSVR 2? That has now become his primary way of playing his sim racing,
That shit makes me
which I was
sick as
surprised
fuck.
to hear. I know. So I yeah, when he told me that, I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Dude, you got to try it." So we were up visiting him for his birthday, and I tried out his sim setup. I started with just the screen in front of me, and it is fine. And then he's like, "Now try this." Put the VR headset on. It is pretty freaking cool.
I'm so
I
surprised you
didn't
don't get. I get sick as fuck. I get so
see.
terribly motion sick with that shit.
And that is surprising to me as well because I usually do. Um, even even simple things like so when I had to have my procedure on Friday, obviously my wife had to drive me home because you're not supposed to drive. We were a couple minutes into the drive and I'm like, I don't like riding in a car. I like driving
Same.
the vehicle.
I'm the
I
same
get
way.
motion sickness. She wanted me to check something out on my phone. I pulled my phone out, started reading a couple lines, and I'm like, I put it down. I'm like, I get sick. I hopped into that sim and really didn't get sick.
Does
I
he
was
have
very surprised.
does he have vibration vests or anything like that?
No.
Okay, so
No.
I'm the same way I do with car sickness. If I'm being a passenger princess, my fucking fingers are out the window because I'm about to puke if I don't have my like fingers outside.
Yep.
So that was not me as a kid, by the way. It's just an old age thing. But
100%.
fuck was I gonna do? Oh, I got the PlayStation VR for my PS4, and there was a game called Riggs. Have you ever heard about Riggs? The mech game.
Don't know Riggs.
It was a mech game in VR, but the mechs were like, what's the damn From Software mech game? Doesn't matter. Anyways, it was like they were like fast mechs. Okay, so I was in there. I fucking about died. It was horrendous. And then I played. Then I put my. Well, here's the thing with that too. So I put the VR headset on, and I played Gran Turismo Sport, which this was early VR technology. So when you played GT Sport, you could play it in VR, but there was no other racers. It was just you on the track, and that was all they could do. Could not play that either. Got sick as shit playing that. So like, if I play anything VR, it's like got to be a stationary type of game where I can just kind of look around or whatever. And I know that all comes with like there's an adjustment period to earn your VR legs or whatever. But I was never committed enough to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's cool that he's using the PSVR 2 because that thing stinks. There's nothing on the actual console worth it, and he's probably hooking it up to his PC, right? I know you can do that with that.
Yep.
And that device I've heard is incredibly comfortable as well.
Oh, the unit itself?
Yeah. I'm talking the unit itself is great, but there's just no support for it on
there's
device.
Nothing on it. And that's all he uses it for. He just plays racing games. So
what sim is he playing on? Do you know? Is it iRacing? Or
no, he does Gran Turismo 7.
Oh, really? Is he playing it on? So he's playing it on his PS5, or is it on PC?
Yeah, I guess he would be. No, it's on PS5. Yeah, you're right. It's just going through his PS5, not his PC.
So I know that you can hook the PSVR 2 up to a PC for like iRacing and things if that's what you have. Anyways, cool.
Yeah, you're right. I don't. Yeah, just GT7.
Okay, well, cool device. Anyways, as we said, VR is very interesting. It's just not. It's not. I mean, it hasn't even really grown since its initial inception either. I mean, you get one release. You probably get 2-3 releases a year. They're like
that are actually decent.
Like, yeah. I mean, the rest of it's all junk.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of junk on there.
I don't know where the optimism's coming from. I think it's cool to watch sports on VR. I think it's cool to watch 3D movies in VR. Sure. I think that stuff's cool, but it's not an everyday use case thing for me. So
no, it's definitely not. Nope.
Anyways, it covers that.
Anyway,
Facebook being Facebook.
What is the next one? I don't know. What is Concept?
Mighty Number 9. Kenji Inafune's studio. So I just brought this up. The Concept's closing its doors, unfortunately. Kenji Inafune, the mind behind old school Mega Man, his studio officially closed. They made Recore and unfortunately Mighty Number 9, which was a crowd-funded game. I fucking liked Mighty Number 9 though. So, did you play it?
I don't know if No, I don't think I did. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't think I tried that one.
So I don't have an extensive history with Mega Man. I played 2. Everybody's probably played 2.
Yep.
It's a all-time classic, but that was the only Mega Man I played, and then I went from that to Mighty Number 9 and actually thought it was fun for what it was. But unfortunately, this studio is now dead. So I just wanted to mention that because I want to talk about Mighty Number 9. Because I'm the only person in the history of the human existence of the world that liked it. Yeah, no, that likes it. Everybody else that played it fucking hated it. So, anyways, sorry.
Wow.
Sorry about it. I don't know how old Kenji is
sorry
at
about
this
that,
point.
Guys.
Yeah. Sorry about it. I don't know how old he is. I don't know what's going on with him going forward, but it's dead. Fucking see you later, bitch.
Peace out. Another studio.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, so
okay, as our main displayed, let's go ahead and close on that. Jason, go ahead.
All right, so next up we got Xbox Game Pass already has 5 games confirmed for February 2026. And what are they? Where are they?
They are Indica, February 2nd. Final Fantasy.
Indica.
Go ahead.
Yep, Indica, February 2nd. Final Fantasy 2 on February 3rd. Menace, February 5th. High on Life 2, cool, February 13th, and Death Howl, February 19th. I don't know what Indica or Menace is.
I don't either, but so this confirms our conversation from earlier. So the Game Pass must have got the original Final Fantasy. Is that the Pixel remaster? Do you
know? Which one? Final Fantasy 2?
So 2 is coming this month. So I think we talked about this.
Oh, the first. We did.
And we're like, Final Fantasy, that's pretty generic, but it must have been the first game.
It had been. Yeah, it just said Final Fantasy.
I would imagine this is the Pixel remaster of these games. I don't think they're porting the old fucking art over. If you could check for me, that'd be great. You have Game Pass, right?
Yeah, I do.
Just see if, for next week, just see if it's the Pixel. Those games the Pixel remasters are cool. The only reason I'm saying anything about it is I actually beat the original Final Fantasy last year with the Pixel Remastered edition, and it was pretty not good, but it was interesting from a history perspective to look back on.
It was pretty not good.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that's what it is. I thought it was a PS4 exclusive for a long time. So I'm just curious if that's what they're doing or if they're bringing the old games up. I don't exactly know. We talked about Death Howl.
We did talk about Death Howl.
Oh, pixel
and it battle. Says, yeah, an Indica, an award-winning first-person adventure game.
Okay, never mind.
In 2000.
You don't have to look it up. It is the Pixel remaster. That's what this art is. So we're good. Don't even look it up. Yes, the Pixel remaster for Final Fantasy. Woohoo! Yeah, I don't know about Indica. I've heard about it though. I feel like it's a narrative-driven experience, from what I understand.
Yeah, I don't know. And it looks like Menace is a sci-fi turn-based tactics game.
Next. Mechis.
Okay, that's what that is.
Yep. High on Life 2 is a launch to Game Pass. Cool. And there's Death Howl footage for you, or Death Howl screenshot at least.
Screenshot.
Very interesting looking game.
Very interesting.
Anyways, but if you have an Xbox, you can play it for free. Cool.
Sounds great.
Anything else you want to talk about with that, buddy?
I don't think so.
This is just the library editions, right? To Game Pass, not like the Xbox free games, correct?
Yes, this is just the library editions. Yep.
I don't think we have data on what the. I didn't see any anyway.
What, like the day one releases are?
No, like the new free downloadable Xbox stuff. I don't think we have that yet.
Yeah.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. There you go, Game Pass, folks. I'll cover this. Xbox wants to be.
Yeah. Wait, where are you going?
Did we cover this last week? I don't know if we covered this last week or not. We had to have. We're having a fucking stupid ass moment. Welcome to the show, by the way. Xbox says it wants to be more consistent with the PS5 release timings in the future. I think we covered this last week.
I'm trying to think.
I know we covered it because we talked about the Direct and we noticed that Beast of Reincarnation was day one on PS5 and Fables day one on PS5.
We must have touched on it or something.
We talked about it. This is confirmation of our previous discussion point. That's all this is. So I put this in here because Craig Duncan, the Xbox Game Studio boss, stated that they are wanting to be more consistent with PS5 release timings in the future. We're seeing a delay for Forza Horizon 6. So maybe the fucking PS5 port is going to take a little extra time to do. I don't exactly know. I don't believe that for a second, but this is something we noticed from the Direct. I just put this in here as confirmation from a studio head, I think is what happened here.
Yeah, and I remember we both had the same reaction in that Direct when they said, and PS5 version coming later when it's ready. And we're both like, it's ready. Yeah. It's just, they're holding on to it for...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Again, this is interesting because it's just Xbox's their direction. Everything's an Xbox. Cool. God
including
damn it.
The PS5.
Including the PS5. There you go. Jason, this one's all you.
I threw this next one in there because I loved these first two games. So, State of Decay 3 is supposedly coming along really well, but there still isn't an actual release date yet. So, in the wake of last week's Xbox Developer Direct, which before we watched, I had kind of hoped that there was going to be some mention of this game in there, and of course there wasn't. Where they did show, Fable, Forza Horizon 6.
We got killed instead.
Greg Duncan, who serves as the head of Xbox Game Studios, I wouldn't want to be in his position, has been making media rounds providing some insight into Microsoft's Xbox division. This time he shed some light on the State of Decay 3, which fans really haven't seen much of since back in 2020. And then it just says, unfortunately, if you were expecting a release date, or at the very least a release window, you're not gonna get that. So I don't know what's going on with this. I'm still looking forward to the game. Have you played any of the State of Decays?
Played a little bit of 2
ask you right
with
drinking your water.
No, you're good. I played a little bit of 2 with a buddy. I have ADHD, undiagnosed ADHD. I get fucking bored if there's nothing going on, and these are nothing going on games from my experience. So
that's just because you're a hater. But anyway,
I don't know if that's true.
No, I found the gameplay loop in these just really fun. They were tough. I remember, you had to every time you walked around a corner and be like, should I risk dying? Because I think, isn't it like permadeath for your characters? And
I don't know. You're gonna have to explain the loop to me. You're more knowledgeable than me.
So in this game, obviously, there's a giant zombie apocalypse.
Yep.
Nothing new there, but you basically run a series of survivors through their the day-to-day life. I don't really remember even what the end goal is. I think it's just surviving.
That's my problem.
But you can take control of multiple different characters, and you can recruit them as you go out into this game world, and try to get supplies and things like that to basically bring back to your base, upgrade your base. But I don't know. I just thought the gameplay loop was a lot of fun. I liked the art style. Big, fairly good size open map. The more that I am talking about this, I'm listening to myself, and it does not sound fun.
It's not a fun game.
But it
is.
A
hater. I don't understand. I'm not going into this fucking shit again. Cool.
Nope.
God, I can't do open-ended
shit. That's about all I had.
I can't do open-ended games. Yeah, I cannot do it, and that's what this is. So cool. I'm glad you're excited for it. I can't wait for you to cover it. When do you think it's actually going to come out with your hypothetical brain? Just take a stab. It's fucking a stab.
2027.
You think they would be holding the 2027 release window still?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Okay,
with these releases,
be prepared to play State of Decay 3 on Netflix in 2029.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't know if that's true. All right, cool. I wish I had more to say on that. I am not a hater, by the way, but I am opinionated. So take it as you will. Moving on from there. Oh, come on. I am not a hater.
Okay.
I'm very open.
No, I didn't say you were. Maybe I chose the wrong word, but yeah.
I kind of
whatever.
I can't be a hater. All right. I'm the truth teller on this podcast.
What I say.
I'm the truth teller. You're the fucking sugar coater, and I want you to change it. Damn it. Anyways.
Hey, I got something coming up here a little bit that I'm pissed about.
I can't fucking wait. I'm going to give you a round of applause if you actually go off on something. Anyways. PlayStation Plus February games. We're getting Undisputed. We're getting Subnautica Below Zero, Ultros, and Ace Combat 7 from the PS4. Undisputed is a cool boxing game that is incredibly overpriced. Just thought
now, when you say incredibly overpriced, what are you talking?
$70, and there's DLC packs that are priced, I believe, at $30 a piece for like 3 boxers, and there's probably 15 to 16 different DLC packs.
Wow. Okay.
A lot of controversy behind this. This was Western developed, bought by a Saudi Arabian company, and then price gouged to the fucking ends of the earth.
Yuck.
Yeah, so bad. Sub-Zero or Subnautica. Let me try this again. Subnautica Below Zero, is that the sequel to the original game?
So it was basically an add-on.
Okay.
Yes, it was like a DLC. Add-on. So yes, so you basically can. I dabbled with it a little bit. I don't know. The Subnautica was fine, but so basically, yeah, it's just you're going into like an Arctic region instead of like the tropical region, which the main game is set in. So it's basically DLC. So,
cough attack.
Yep.
We're alive.
Surprised I haven't had one of those yet. I'm barely here.
Subnautica is beloved by some folks. Again, open-ended can't do. So, Ultros, I have no idea. This
is an open-ended one that. Oh, Ultros is freaking cool, dude.
Okay.
So, Ultros is well, you're gonna hate this, but
no, it's Metroidvania. Fuck you.
Yeah, yep. But the art is awesome in this. It is wild. It is like an acid trip. Where did I play this? It must have been on my Switch. Yeah, this has been out for a while on Switch. So, yeah, it's just a Metroidvania with freaking crazy art style. I didn't finish it. I don't even think I played a whole lot of it, but I mean, it was cool for what it was.
You know what Metroidvania I love?
What?
Shadow Complex.
Metroid?
Shadow Complex.
Was that Metroidvania?
Oh, yeah. I think. I love that game, though.
Yeah, that must have been.
It was definitely a Metroidvania. Right? It was 360. It was an Xbox arcade release. Remember those days?
That's right. I do remember that one. Yeah, that one was cool.
Game fucks. Anyways,
I think I'm starting to go down your path of Metroidvanias. I love them for the longest time. But it just seems like the last few that I've played, I don't stick with them anymore.
Here's the
like I used to.
I'm just too stubborn.
Backtracking.
No, it's not. it is backtracking, but I'm too stubborn. I played. What's Donkey's game? The fucking Animal Well. Animal Well.
Oh,
you can't play that game without you can't play that game without a guide.
I got about halfway through that game before I finally had to look something up because those puzzles are wild.
I got the bubble, and that was it.
Yep.
Which is the first upgrade. And then I said,
first thing you get.
Yeah. And then I said, nope, I'm good.
Yep.
So maybe
I'm honestly surprised you even played that. That does not seem like a you game.
I love the art style, and I wanted to try it again. Yeah. I have an unruly hatred. I couldn't even beat Symphony of the Night, and that's a crime against humanity. And I couldn't even beat that game. And then I went and bought the whole Castlevania collection on my PS5. I got fucking Rondo of Blood, fucking I got like all of the Castlevania collections, and I hate them. And I don't hate them. That's fucking. I'm not a hater. I promise. I just can't.
What was that?
I need to stop being such a stickler and be okay with looking at a guide. But I hate doing that on my first playthrough of a game. I feel like I just ruined it.
I don't love it either.
So, and I feel like that series, you have to do it if you want to do them in a time-efficient manner. We are going on way too long about this. Ace Combat 7, cool fucking game, and we're getting a new one, I believe, right? Yep. They announced the new one. So that's very
nice. They announced the new one.
Nice to have. You know, I loved Ace Combat.
Those games are a surprise.
They're so much fun. There's no reason to be as fun as they are.
No, there's not, and there's so much more to them than you would think. It's not just a aerial combat game. Yeah. There's a freaking crazy story in each one of them.
Yeah. And it's a great series if you are into that. Okay. This is an interesting one that I just found today.
Yeah.
Sony
just told me about this.
Has patented a touchscreen PlayStation controller that lets players choose where to put the buttons. The reason for this is they say standard controllers aren't comfortable for everyone. Here's a PlayStation 5 controller. Okay? Whoa. Everything's mirrored. So from here to the end top is going to be touchscreen. Look how big the buttons are. I don't understand how you're not making a lot of room there. By the way, you gotta fucking tell me when I forget to change the scene back, you fucking asswipe. Anyways, so here we go. This is what the patent looks like. I'm all for accessibility. I think I've talked about this umpteen times. Have you ever played a fucking game on your phone?
Yes.
Have you ever tried to play a game where you need a D-pad on your phone or a button on your phone? It is horrendous. It is the most
Yes.
It is garbage.
Terrible.
Terrible. So I'm okay with accessibility, but fucking think of something better than this.
This is not the way to go.
At all.
This is a bad idea.
She's butch.
I hope this doesn't. I know it's just a patent, and I hope it just stays there and doesn't come out.
We sound terrible.
I can't see.
Xbox has incredible devices for people that are impaired. They've made a bunch of very great controllers with tactical buttons and things that people can use that have disabilities. This is not the fucking way.
Oh. Not the way to do it.
Yeah. Get out of here with this shit, bro.
Yeah, and I don't mean to. Yeah, I should back up a little bit. I don't mean to like shit on that type of stuff. I mean, I love accessibility for players like that. I just when I see this, I don't think that. I don't think this is. So that's why I don't like this because this isn't gonna do anything for those people. I don't feel.
I don't either.
You're still holding the controller the same way. So if you can't hold a regular PS5 controller with the buttons, I don't see how this is gonna be any easier for you. So I don't know. I just don't like this.
I don't like it either. It's just, it is for the touchscreen. The touchscreen is a bad fucking idea. Terribly bad idea, in my opinion. I just think that's the whole point of this article. Next up, we're moving on to everyone's favorite Nintendo.
Nintendo. As Cam says, Nintendo. Yeah. Nintendo.
I put this in here. There's a direct coming February 5th. Cool. Partner direct.
Did you?
Go ahead.
Okay, so that is confirmed.
Yeah. No. Wait. Nate the Hate and Gain Explain. So I think they're on X. But Nate the Hate has a very strong track record.
Nate the Hate has a very, very good, strong track record on what he finds. I've been trying to find out the date on this. So I mean, it says February 5th. I hope that's correct. So let me see what the last Nintendo partnership.
So there are third-party announcements like Elden Ring, 007's coming to direct. They're coming to Switch 2, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and of course we're waiting on more news from the Duskbloods. So there is enough partner content to discuss. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that this could happen on the 5th. So I just saw this and threw it on the dock. But
and I a lot of times Nintendo gamers get kind of pissed when they hear that it's a partner direct. They want more first party Nintendo stuff, but this is cool. I'll watch any Nintendo direct.
Fucking Nintendo fans need to calm their tits, bro.
I'm a Nintendo fan.
Don't you want fucking third party shit on your Switch too? I don't get it.
I do.
Nintendo can't just make every fucking game for that thing. Also, Nintendo should go multi-platform, but they won't. Never.
Nope.
Okay, the next stuff is going to be all Jason because he's our Nintendo guy.
I'm the Nintendo guy. So,
I did move it around a little bit. You want to readjust?
Okay, because no, you're fine. So, there was a Nintendo Switch leak that teased a major edition gamers have been waiting for, which was exposed in a Walmart ad. So,
God damn it.
What?
Nothing. Keep going. Sorry, I had the ad, but this article does not have the ad. Go ahead.
No, I see that, which is fine. So in the ad, it basically showed what you see on the Switch when you jump into like the SNES classics, the GameCube, the whatever else they got on there, the Genesis. So you see these like tiles that are all laid out, and that's how you kind of can pick the game that you want to play. So the leak right there. So the leak showed what looks like a screenshot of what you're seeing, although this can't be because they don't mix in Game Boy games with Super Nintendo games and all this stuff. This is just like made to look like what it looks like, but it's kind of a mix. But if you look closely, the top right corner there, you see Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. And then kind of in the middle, you see Pikmin 2. So I'm guessing this isn't confirmed that we won't be getting a Metroid Prime 2 remaster like we did with the first game, which a lot of people were really hoping for. I don't really care. The Metroid Prime remaster was awesome. It was great. And I played all the Metroid Prime games. 2 was fine. I felt like they kind of steadily got less interesting as they went on, but it's still beloved. So this is going to make a lot of people either happy that they can play the GameCube version or pissed that you're not going to get the remaster that you were hoping for. So, and then Pikmin 2 just kind of thrown in there. I mean, that's cool, but that's to be expected, I guess. You're not getting a remake of that. That just to being able to play the GameCube version of Pikmin 2 is going to make somebody happy.
Well, Pikmin 4 had all of the Pikmins in it, didn't it?
Yeah, Pikmin 4 was great.
Anywho,
Pikmin 4 I think was the best one.
Oh, nice. This has happened before, by the way. There's been ads that have leaked that have been true. So this is possible. I didn't know that this wasn't a real ad, like Jason said, based on what was on the screen. He's our fucking Nintendo guy. But anyways,
Nintendo guy.
I love the GameCube. So anyway, that's all I have.
I mean, it is a I think it might be a real ad. I was just saying that it looks like what you see when you open up these things in your Switch to play these old games. That's how it's shown. So it's just designed to look like that. But they're putting these little extra things in there to kind of hint at what might be coming. So
cool.
Anyway, yeah, that was basically all in that. So are we moving on?
I think we are moving on. I gotta get all this. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's back. So I was looking forward to playing Dispatch on my Switch 2 until I heard about all of the censorship that is not able to be turned off on the Switch 2 version. And my first thought was it's Nintendo. But then I'm like, no. Cyberpunk 2077, full frontal nudity, titties, dicks, all you can see everything. There's sex scenes. I'm like, well, that's totally fine. So what is going on with this censorship on the Switch 2? And not to rant too much, but like
rant. Let it out. Let's go.
We are adults. Why can't we choose what we see? I don't play these games as some sort of like ooh, I get to see an animated titty. That it does nothing to me, but I hate censorship. If that's what they want to put out there, that's what we should be able to see. And it sounds like the way that they did this Switch 2 version is freaking terrible. It's black boxes over the stuff that they don't want you to see. Now, what also pisses me off is there is an option in the game to turn censoring on. If you want to have it on, put it on. If you want to have it off, you should be able to turn it off. The fact that this is set this way and you can't do anything about it is fucking stupid. I hate it, and I won't be picking up on Dispatch on the Switch 2 until they either patch it or whatever. So I haven't even gotten into the freaking article yet. I just the article is what got me into even talking about this thing in begin with, but it does say that Nintendo might not be to blame for Dispatch's Switch port censorship. Man, I'm feeling more like shit the farther we go into this. So
we're almost done.
Wait, this article changed. Anyway, Dispatch arrived on Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. A day I hate how they word this. So basically, being on the Switch and the Switch 2 is making this game available to tens of millions of potential new fans. However, censorship has marred the port's release somewhat. But fans pointed the finger at Nintendo. Nintendo might not be the one to blame. So it sounds like the developer actually put this in, which I don't even freaking understand. Why would they put this in here when it's readily available on their other platforms? My only thought was Nintendo told them to. And what it sounds like is that's not the case. Nintendo had allegedly told Dispatch fans to voice their concerns to Ad Hoc, the developers on this game, which was wild. Why did they do this in the first place? I don't know, and I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
So
yeah, that's I should have read this. I did not read this, but yeah, I heard about it being censored. That is absolute horse shit. You should be able to choose what you want to do, and like I said, we should be able to tell mature stories no matter what the console is.
Right.
It's just very strange. Nintendo has been known to try to keep things relatively friendly, especially in the past.
In the past,
right? But
in the past, they've opened up so much more recently. So then, for this to come out and be set that way, I just don't understand. And I don't know if the company or the publisher thought, well, we're putting it on Nintendo, we should do this. Wait, Nintendo to tell you to do that. Put the game out exactly how you had it on all the other platforms. Yeah. It just pisses me off.
I agree with you. I think this is something that could be patched and fixed, though it seems like. So maybe wait on this one and stuff if you need it.
Right. Well, and Nintendo is giving players refunds.
Oh shit!
On their games, which
wow.
they are not usually known for doing, but they are letting people refund the game that did not know that that's how this version ran. And what I have, so I did see a couple like screenshots of people like who have refunded their game, and basically their description was false advertising in a sense, because it doesn't mention that it's set that way.
Yep.
So, and they were, people were, and then they were showing their refunded receipt from Nintendo, and I'm like, wow, that's not something you see every day, but that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad they're doing that.
Absolutely. So. Good stance for Nintendo. Yep. I'm glad to see them. They get the actual name, Nintendo. Good move by Nintendo. Because
move.
Yes, I like that they're opening up more. It's been a tight-knit, lock and key developer or console manufacturer, whatever you want to call them, for a long time. Yeah. So I'm glad that they're taking a firm stance on this and doing the right thing by getting people their refunds for it, and hopefully it'll fix. Yep. I'm disappointed because I really wanted to hear from you about this game because I'm actually interested in the game. It's just not themed for me. I don't really care about the superhero stuff.
Sure, I could play it on my Xbox, like the way it's supposed to be, but I don't know. I like my Switch too. So.
Yeah. Anyways, that stinks.
Anyway,
there you go with that.
Terrible
news. God damn it, ad hoc.
I probably didn't rant quite as hard as Cam wanted to, but my energy level today is just it's not really there.
Hey, I appreciate you working through it. We all appreciate you working through it. So anyways, there you go.
I hope so.
Hopefully we can report that has been removed in the future. That'd be great.
Yep.
Next thing here.
What else we got?
Virtual Boy. We talked about Virtual Boy.
Yeah, you added this in here.
Yes, I did. This is actually cool. So we had talked about the Virtual Boy upon its announcement. I think it was episode 2. And we were talking, we were hypothesizing what was going to be.
That's the word.
Included in here. We thought the whole library, because like I said, the entire library of the Virtual Boy is 35 games, and they can't be big file sizes. I would imagine they would have put them all in here. That's not what we're getting here. We got the announcement for what is coming out on this thing. And the launch lineup is Tellero Boxer, Galactic Pinball, Red Alarm Golf, Virtual Boy, Wario Land, 3D Tetris, and the Mansion of Innsmouth. Okay, so that's the initial launch. By the way, is the Virtual Boy...
We got there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games?
Something like that. Tellero Boxer's a game that you hear a lot about. I never played this. What did you play on the Virtual Boy? Do you remember, or was it just tennis?
I remember playing the pinball game. I played the golf game. I played the Wario Land game. I did play the 3D Tetris. That was weird. But I didn't play Mansion of Innsmouth.
Yeah.
But I don't even think I played Tellero Boxer. I should have.
3D Tetris is unlike any other Tetris game. It literally
it's so weird
and shit. It's very strange.
Yeah, you spin the cube that you're putting the pieces into, and it was weird. It wasn't like Tetris.
The Virtual Boy has to be the worst designed console of all time. It's on a stand, and you have to find a place where you can put the thing on a stand to stick your face in it. And
stick your face down into it.
Yeah. Look at this, by the way. Oh, they have a cardboard mod. Oh, this is this the... That's
the cardboard model that you put your Switch 2 into.
And then you have to control it with it up like this?
You can take
what the
take Joy-Con.
Oh, you take the Joy-Cons off. That's probably
but then you'd have to.
It's still got no strap.
It's got no strap, so you'd have to put it. No, it's terrible.
What a shitty design.
Terrible
choice.
Design.
Anyway, so that's the releases for it. I just wanted to cover that because we finally got the information. But there is some cool news with this.
Yes.
They have announced 9 more games that will be added in the future, including Mario Clash, Mario Tennis, Jack Brothers, Space Invaders Virtual Collection, Virtual Bowling, Vertical Force, V-Tetris, and 2 unreleased games that never made it out on the console, Zero Racer and D-Hopper. I don't know anything about them, but...
I'm guessing Zero Racer is a racer, and D-Hopper is something you hop around in?
Sounds like it. Either way, great for preservation. They're putting unreleased games on this thing. That's cool as shit. And Jack Brothers is like a $500 copy a game right now. So
I saw you put this in there, and I went and I did some eBay looking, and holy shit.
Yeah, Jack Bros ain't no joke. That certainly, shit is very expensive. So
yeah, that's crazy.
That's cool that you're gonna have access to that with this if you buy it. I don't know who's buying it, but there you go. You had it.
Right there.
That's it. I just wanted to cover that because we got some more information.
No, that's cool.
So
yeah, so it sounds like Nintendo's just being Nintendo and doing it like they do every other thing, releasing just a few games at a time, just to kind of tease you. But when you're paying $100 for this headset or however much the freaking cardboard is, with 35 games, just release them all.
Just put them all. There.
People are gonna jump into these 7 or 8 initial games and be like, you're gonna have people that are like, nah, this is really not that cool, and they're gonna bounce, and then you're gonna continually release these other games, and people have already jumped off. If you did this all at once, they may find a game in that entire lineup that works for them, and maybe they'll keep playing. And maybe they'll talk to someone that says, hey, this is pretty cool, we should go buy this $100 freaking Virtual Boy thing, and they could get more sales out of that. I don't always understand Nintendo's decisions when it comes to this stuff. So
I don't either. The only other high value Virtual Boy game that is not on here is Waterworld. That game is kind of hovering around 350, somewhere in that ballpark. Jack Brothers is like 450, 500. So
that's crazy.
And I think Waterworld stunk as well. But anyways,
I heard it. I remember hearing it was bad.
Yeah, so. I've heard it was a bad game. Jack Brothers is actually a good game, but from what I hear, I've never played it. Anyways,
nope.
That's the fucking news.
Neither have I. That's the news.
That wasn't terrible, but it was long. Let's take a quick little blast breaky poo, come back with the community section at the end of the show, and then we'll wrap it up so Jason can go rest his throat. I
gotta clean first.
Odd verbages. Anyways, we'll be back in a second. Jason's gonna go clean his throat. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned, guys. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Spawn Point Podcast. We just took our second break, and we're moving on to the third and final section for you guys today. And we got a few things to go over, and apparently Cam has a question for me.
I have a question.
A little nervous.
Don't be nervous. My question is,
okay,
when you play like a super open world game, right? We've talked about open world being outdone, outused, and stuff like that, but you have a higher tolerance for it than I do.
I still do, yeah.
What keeps you going? I think that this was sparked by the conversation on Caravan Sandwich. But you're able to explore. How do you do that? Like, what is going through your head when you are exploring? What is there that's keeping you engaged? Like, are you looking at
the carrot?
So here's my thing. Is it okay, an appreciation for what is crafted? Like, is it like you like kind of break outside of the actual game world and you just think about what the developers have put in here? Is it like more of that, or is it just kind of you're able to get lost in the environment and just explore what's there? Is it a mix of both? Like, how do you stay engaged? Because I just don't have that ability. So I was curious because you mentioned in Caravan Sandwich you were able to explore vastly, even though there was nothing around. So what is going through your head when you're doing that?
Okay, I think I can answer this. So it is kind of a mixture of all that stuff that you talked about. It's different for different games, but it is kind of like the carrot at the end of the stick. Like, you want to kind of want to know what's around the next corner. Sometimes it's something cool, sometimes it's nothing. And I mentioned this earlier, I play games to escape, get away from the real world that sucks. So I can get lost in an open world, and I like the choices that I have. I like that, you know, I like linear games too, but I I like that, you're presented with these options and you can tackle them however you want. I like that feeling of feeling like I have a choice. So that's usually what gets me through, most open world games. I used to be a little bit more into the collectathon type stuff, like I loved Assassin's Creed Origins. I think there's one that was set in Egypt. Um, and you pull out that map. The map is absolutely insanely huge. And littered with stuff. I might be a little bit less into that than I used to be, but I can still kind of get hooked into those type of games. So for me, and I've done this in every type of game there is, whether it's open world or not linear, whatever. I like to fill out the map.
Okay,
It
yeah.
is like an OCD thing.
Yep.
So even if I'm running through an area and I check the map and it's a type of game where as you move through the map, it like the color changes and it opens up, different areas of the map. If I miss a little section, there's my OCD kicks in and I run over there and just even if there's nothing there,
Yep.
just and Borderlands is like a one of these for me. So like I love Borderlands 3. I beat it with all all the Vault Hunters. But I still couldn't, even on my third or fourth playthrough, I still had to like turn the map from this gray color to a blue color. It sounds stupid.
Nope.
And
I
it
know
is
the feeling.
stupid. But so that's just one of the things. I like to see everything that the game has on offer. But back to so Caravan Sandwich is an interesting game in this open world discussion because it is pretty barren, but that's where the getting lost comes in. I like to just I don't want to say I shut my brain off because my brain is kind of focused on what I'm doing, but I think I like that it's focused on what I'm doing and not everything else. I have anxiety. I have, like you said, undiagnosed ADD. So this is my like escape from that stuff. I can hone in on a game and just shut my brain off and I just like to be able to focus on what I'm doing. Now that can apply to open world games, any type of games. I just when it comes to the open world style, I like the player choice. I like being able to go off and do whatever I want. So
yeah.
I guess that's my
only
convoluted answer to that.
I'm only asking because I have never been able to engage. Like I can't stand Skyrim, and I feel like that's a crime. I just can't stand it. Like I just don't know what to do. So it's like I don't know. Like I don't know how I'm playing it wrong or what. But like,
you like Fallout
ish. I've never beaten one.
So it's just not your.
It's not my thing. I want to understand. I'm only asking because I don't understand. That is the only reason I'm asking because I just don't get.
Perfect. No, that's a great question. When I get like a new open world game and it wants me to go off to this quest, there's a gold marker on the map, but there's something over here. I usually go over there first. I like to go off the beaten path. I maybe it's like I'm not like a rebel in real life, but maybe it's like a somewhat rebellious side of me of being like, you want me to go there? I'm going over here.
Yeah.
Like it's a player choice thing, I think, for me. So I think that's what keeps me engaged in games like that.
Yeah, I mean, you made a comment about Assassin's Creed, and in that game, I open the map and I get overwhelmed, and then I'm like, and then I'd rather just turn it off than try to figure out what. Like I get choice paralysis to the death of me.
That's where our brains are somewhat different because I open the map and go, holy shit! Like there are so many places to go, but they're always so long though. That's the problem. I mean, you get the bigger the map, not necessarily the longer the game, but it's just more places to go and and check out. So I don't know. I mean, with Caravan Sandwich, not to keep bringing that one up, but it's not a very big open world. So it was like the open world concept, but just kind of shrunk down. And Avowed, we talked about Avowed earlier, and that's a similar situation. Not massive. Just everything's more compact. So you're not running very far until you're reaching the next thing, whether it's the quest that you're out looking for or a side quest, side character. I love that kind of shit. So that kind of pulls me in because I honestly I like knowing that there's something I could miss, and I like to try to find that stuff before I put the game away. Tears of the Kingdom. I know I keep bringing this up, but like there is so much more to that game than what you would initially think, and it's not an RPG, but there's all these things that you can find, whether they be different outfits for Link, that allows him to do different things. You can play through the whole game and not get any of that shit. I like that it's there if you want to go find it.
There's our split right there. Because I have fear, I have extreme FOMO, so fear of missing out on that shit that you're talking about.
Yep.
But at the same time, how do I word this? I hate that shit is hidden and that I have to go out of my way for it. So like that's the shift. You enjoy getting the shit that's hidden. I enjoy the shit is hidden, but I hate having to go out of my way for it. Even though, like if I'm playing a linear game and there's a split path and I think that the right way to go is left, I'm going to always go right as well.
I do that every time.
But I can't stand wandering. I get so bored wandering around. Like I cannot stay focused on what I'm like. Survival games, fucking hate them. Like I can't. The gameplay loop does not work for me. So maybe it's just I'm never going to be able to accept that fact, and I'm always going to question it. You answered it. It just sounds like it ain't for me. So that's kind of where we're at with that.
Right. That's kind of that's what I'm getting out of this as well. So
and who knows? It'll probably continue to come up as I continue to try to fight my inner demons to be able to play games people love that I can't figure out. Anywho's, we've got some community. We've got some community submissions this week. So thank you guys. Huge shout out to these people for commenting in. And of course, if you want to be featured on the show, if you want to be featured on the show, you can do the same thing. Spotify, YouTube, Discord, get your founders badges or the email, spawnpointnetwork@outlook.com, spawnpointnetwork@outlook.com. We will respond to them live on the show. First comment from Dragon69904 on YouTube, I believe.
Sounds right.
Bethesda's hate is so over the top and it's getting ridiculous. People just have no morals making those over the top hate videos only for clicks and money. Was actually suspicious of people making hate videos. Are they actually playing every Bethesda game or are they just following the hype train? So that was Dragon's submission. I think it's a good point. Basically, to summarize what he's saying here.
I think it's great.
Summarize what he's saying here. Thinks the hate is incredibly unjustified, and he amplifies the fact that negative news is driving everything. To be honest, people aren't clicking on. From the content creator perspective, he understands by mentioning that hate videos get clicks and money. If you want, we do the same. I do the same thing for our posts. I try to kind of angle it so it's got a negative title, even though we try to keep things relatively positive on the show, because if I just post, hey, we're super excited for Big Hops, that video would get 4 views. Whereas
it is.
Yeah, you just have to phrase it in that way because people aren't looking for good news. People want bad news. They want to get pissed off. It's just the society that we live in. So
weird.
As far as Bethesda hate, why don't you cover that? I think
I was going to say, maybe you're not the one to dive into this. I read this and I totally agreed. And I think we covered this in one of our topics where I think it was a former art director or something talked about how Elder Scrolls and whatever the next Bethesda game, they're in a no-win situation. I think that's feeding into that negativity. I don't know. I talked about liking Starfield, and that game got shit on. You know, maybe it is just my optimistic view on a lot of stuff. I always enjoyed Bethesda games. Yeah, most of them are open worlds. But I don't know. I've always liked that stuff, and you know, not even outside of the Bethesda realm. You know, we just talked about this in Highguard. You know, just the people coming out of the woodwork to shit on something that they hardly know anything about because that's what everyone else is doing. You know, have your own outlook on stuff. Don't go off of what somebody else says. You know, and I think you've even mentioned in the past about how you're like, oh, I want to get an opinion out of you. I'm like, that is my opinion. You know, that is how I think. And I don't usually have a lot of bad things to say about, you know, video games because I only play the stuff that I at least have some sort of idea that I'm going to enjoy. I don't play a game going in thinking, no, I'm going to hate this, you know? And there are games out there that I know that I would not enjoy. Yeah. I just don't play them. And I don't shit on them. I just, that's great. That's for somebody else. And that, you know, good for you. I'm not going to play that because if I do, I probably would shit on it because I don't like it. And that's just my personal opinion.
I only say that to you giving you shit, by the way. I understand that
I know
our opinions are different.
That's totally fine.
But yeah, I'm not trying to cause any issue. And again, my approach is a little bit different. I have no problem voicing my opinion. But again, you're not going to see me diabolically hate a game either because I'm the same way. I'm not going to go out and purposely play a game I know I wouldn't like. So that is very, very true.
I think you've just run into more instances where you think you are going to enjoy something and you end up not liking something about it. I just haven't had as many of those instances or those games that I've played that I just, you know, didn't like. I'm sure there are some out there, and I've blocked them out of my brain. I gave them a shot, didn't like it, uninstalled it, moved on.
Yep. So, you know, I've also done reviews for a long time. I think I understand how to be critical even of the things that I like. So I just have a way of being able to frame things in that manner, even though it's not the best way to approach things. I don't know how I'm going with that. Anyway, so yes, to answer this question, we agree with you on the over the top criticisms for certain game or for Bethesda in this case, but for every game dev for that matter. And unfortunately, it's just the way the system works. You have to frame things negatively to get any interest. So that's kind of how it has to work.
That's so weird. I don't like that, but it is true. It's the nature of how things are.
Yep. Sucks.
Whatever.
Anyways, thank you, Dragon, for the comment. Yep. Appreciate you, man. Means a lot to have you do that. Let's go ahead and move on. Junior Van, Junior VAN, Junior Van, one of the two.
Junior Van.
From the Discord, joined in, got the founder badge. There you go. You can see it there, the little color of his name. Nice little Xbox
Thanks,
icon.
Junior Van.
By the way, love the burger.
Yeah.
So he says, I had a bit of a weird idea for something you guys could possibly do in the future. I think it would be interesting for you guys to play some co-op games. Not sure how many indie ones are out there, but there is probably a few. Thinking It Takes Two, Portal 2, etc. So I responded to this in the Discord, but Jason, what do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea, and I even made a little comment underneath this saying that this is something that I thought of before we even started the podcast. I thought it'd be something fun to do, a co-op thing, you know, something we can maybe stream or post after. You know, I think it's a fantastic idea.
It is a fantastic idea. It's something I would love to do, but here's the problem. Jason and I
know,
work rotating schedule that doesn't align except for Sundays. We have one day to make content. So all of the shorts we make, all the original, well, not the original content because I'm kind of doing some single stuff, but Jason will do that as well. But anything we do mutual has to happen on Sunday. That's the only time that we fucking have to make shit
one day
happen.
we get.
Yep. So it's just hard to coordinate the timing for that sort of thing. On top of that, we both have different consoles, so the game that we would want to play would have to be cross-platform. Hard to do. Maybe in the future, if this channel grows like we would like it to, we can start to get some of the consoles to kind of be on the same page with each other. But for now, that's just not really a possibility. But there are definitely games we can do that for. We just have to find the time to do it. And Jason's absolutely swamped in February. I've got a work trip coming up, and it's just hard to schedule. But that's that for the co-op gaming thing.
What I will say though, in the meantime, what I do plan on doing is I talked to my daughter about this, and we're gonna try to play some so I picked up Split Fiction.
Nice.
And we're gonna try to do a little co-op on that. So I don't know if it's gonna be something that I stream or just a game discussion about how a co-op game works between my daughter and I. So not the same thing, but that could, kind of hold us over until we get to that point where we can play something
absolutely
together on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I will say as well, Jason and I are working on, we do stuff outside of the podcast. We've done the Xbox Direct reaction. Yeah, doo-doo. We fucker. We have covered we are going to continue to do reactions together and things like that in the meantime, and continue to make that sort of original content. So there is going to be some content that we do that isn't just the podcast. And again, there's a lot of things that we want to do for videos for you guys that we just can't with the current setup we have to work with right now. So
unfortunately,
so the podcast isn't our only goal. I've mentioned this on our intro video. There's a lot more we want to do with this show, but this is what we kind of have to do for the time being. So
this is like our starting point.
Yeah. So there'll be original content from me on here, original content from Jason on here, I would imagine in the future. I'm sure that in the future, hopefully, our live stream, the Twitch channel can be run by Jason and I both, where we both do live streams either together or vice versa. So all that stuff is being worked on. It's just we kind of have to wait and figure things out. But great comment. I also wanted to shout out, he mentioned not sure how many indie ones are out there. And I just want to say we don't only cover indies, we just happen to love indies, and indies are like I didn't
even pick up on that.
We're in an indie phase, but AAA games will be covered here as well. We game on everything.
For sure.
Everything. It's just we've been really big into indies lately, and that's kind of the way of the gaming sphere. The indies are just killing shit.
Yep.
So I just thought that was great. But anyways, thank you so much for joining the Discord. That's a huge step, by the way, just to go out and join that community, especially when it is dead. We had a nice conversation about RuneScape. Mentioned that earlier. I tried my best. I'm not the most intelligent on RuneScape, but I've played it a little. So we had a nice little conversation. But that's it. That's it for this week's community submissions. Cool. Again, guys, reach out to us. We would love to hear from you and all of that good stuff. But
we love hearing from you.
I believe that is the show. So, Jason, do you have anything you want to tease for episode 5?
So, real quick, back to the indie conversation. One of the games I've got coming up for next week is definitely not an indie game. It is a pretty big. Should I just tell?
Nope.
Yeah.
Leave a little cliffhanger for me.
It's a little. It's more of a mainstream game. It's just something that got released. It's been out for a while. It just got released recently on the Switch 2, and it is fantastic.
I know exactly what it is already. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So then on the opposite end, I have my 2 games for next week couldn't be more different. The other one is very indie. So I mean, we cover a little bit of everything.
Hell yeah.
Just stay tuned, stick around, and you'll see what we're talking about here.
I have an indie game, and maybe I'll finally get back to Legend of Dragoon. We'll see.
That's a good idea.
I have not touched that game in 3 weeks because I keep buying shit to talk about that's new. So maybe I'll get back to Legend of Dragoon this week. We will see. No, it's not your fault.
Well, and we're not not every episode we're not going to have like, we're just starting out. This is our fourth episode. We have games that we've played in the past that we're finally getting a chance to talk about. Going forward, it might not be like 2 games for me, 2 games for Cameron. It may be like a bigger game that, we talk about it on one episode and then the next one still playing it, but I got more to talk about.
Yep.
It's going to we have no like true flow or whatever we're going to do. We're just going to play games and talk about them like we want to.
So. Absolutely. I will say the show has impacted my purchases, but that's not going to be forever. I'm not trying to cover all the new indies that come out. I've just been really pumped about the show, wanting to get new content out. So I've been making purchases. I've been making purchases I normally probably would have held off on, but that's going to inevitably stop, and I'm going to end up going back to the games I actually have in my backlog that I want to clear off the docket.
Which is still fantastic. I want to hear about all those games you didn't get around to.
And you guys should too. Like I said, the show is all about games, all different genre, all eras. That's what we cover. That's what we love. That's what we're going to talk about. So, other than that, I'm out of things to say. Jason's sicker than a dog. Let's fucking get out of here. Thanks so much for watching.
Yes.
We will be back next week with more fun gaming discussions. Anything else, Jason?
Absolutely. Just stick around. Keep watching. You're gonna like what we have coming up for you. So.
You're goddamn right. Keep on playing games, guys. We'll see you next week.